Well, will you look at that? It actually worked tonight. We are back to full speed, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologize profusely for the last couple of days, and that sucked big time. For some reason, as soon as the show started, the internet started crapping out. I was getting like 0 upload speed, so there was just no chance. But we're back on tonight, and we've got a good show lined up. We've got Bev, Cleary, those guys from the On the Level Discord server coming over to visit. They want to talk about kind of a follow-on conversation to the water level test. And somebody give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear me. I just want to make sure everything's going all right. I think it's going out. I'm getting all the signals that it's going out. Anyway, I'm Brandon for the Ranty with Brandon show. This is show number 27. So the second try at show number 27, but it's all good. If you want to support the show, all the links are in the description, yada, yada. I'll throw the Streamlabs one out there just in case anybody's interested in that. There's that. Hit the thumbs up if you could. Appreciate it. That way Google has a harder time ignoring us. And that is all the shilling I'm going to do. Let me say hello to everybody in the chat. I'm getting a thumbs up. Cool. Thanks, Ian. Let me say here, who do we have? My View 1875. Let's hope Pete Shea drops in for a chat today. I don't think that it's going to happen. Enigma, Flat for Life. Nick, Hector Ram, Ian Adams, Gadget Inspector, who I see in the Discord, Ian Matterson, Aaron Armstrong, who says, Mr. Sensible is commenting a lot about Randy Brandon and Jimbo lately. You know, I still haven't gotten around to watching that video he put out about when we were talking with Rumpus about his Mage 2. But yeah, I think this weekend I will. He wanted me to come over there and visit the show tonight, but we've got Cleary and Bev and company coming in tonight. Otherwise, that might have been cool to drop in there and have a discussion with him, but I am emailing him. I had the wrong email to start with, but I am emailing him to see what we can do about doing some kind of simulcast. I don't know what he wants to do, whatever. Anyway, Awakened Jaguar, Colin Dresser, Bill G, SE Montreal, YouTube, Hobbs, Brandon Cook. What's up, Brandon? And that's it. So thanks for being here at the start, guys. Appreciate that. And let's go and see what is in Discord. I've also got some videos for us to watch if we run out of stuff, but knowing these guys, they've got plenty to talk about.
Same thing.
What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up, Brandon?
Hey.
What up?
See, we got a good crowd in already. Bev, what's up?
What up?
Cleary.
Yo.
Gadget Inspector. Jeremy. Hey, good to see you back, Jeremy.
What up?
What's up, man?
Chilling. You know what's up?
Good. Rakia Life.
It's Friday the 13th, where parallel lines can intersect.
Oh,
today.
is that how that works? Huh? Okay. And I guess that means parallel circles are in play then, domesticated primate?
Not
Sure.
for me, they're not.
And shout out to Co-Show and shout out Retracted.
That's just one for Rukia. Dave, that's all yours, mate.
Yeah, it's Friday the 13th and it's 2020. It's like a double whammy.
Yeah, what a weird year, huh?
Yeah, it's been crazy.
So
Everybody. Yep, sorry.
Oh no, that's okay. Sorry.
Everybody was expecting everything to be clear vision in 2020, but it was quite the opposite.
Oh boy.
You guys ready for the civil war that's going to happen when all of the recounts and legal actions result in Trump winning?
Oh man, do you think they're actually going to do that? Because I have some high doubts.
I think if that happened, that would have been the plan the whole time. I don't know, honestly, but if that happened, that would have been the plan the whole time, right? Make it look like one person win, fake it, come back and go, "Oops, sorry, you're all wrong," and you're already the people that are angry enough to burn down cities. Now you're even more angry. I mean, I think it's possible. Who knows, man?
They definitely have it set up to where they could just ignite a civil war, and that shit might spill over into other countries too. I don't know.
Yeah, It's all one world government already, anyway.
That's what it feels like. More and more, I look around me and I see the stuff that they're doing, like Fauci saying, you know, American spirit is good, but it's time for people just to do what they're told. And I think to myself, we're already we already got taken over by the communists. We're like a part of China.
China.
Well, and that's the weirdest thing too, is like people are willing to be like, oh well, America's shitty because some people are rich and some people are poor. Also, we shot this movie in China right in the same city where they have fucking concentration camps and nobody cares. What is happening right now? Like, what is happening?
Yeah, I just have no faith in our systems. And every day goes by, I have less and less faith. Unfortunately.
Oh man. Well, the crazy thing too is like even the argument between like say capitalism and socialism, where it's like capitalism is evil, socialism is good. It's like, oh,
Oh shit! Did you cut out or did I lose sound?
No,
I think he
lost it
dropped
as well.
out.
No, okay.
Discord's been acting a little bit weird.
Yeah, everything's acting weird. The last 2 days I had internet issues and I couldn't do the show. That sucked.
No, I don't think that. I think that was a YouTube thing. YouTube went down a couple of nights ago, and then ever since I couldn't upload videos or anything on my other channel.
Yeah,
the
my
little one
YouTube
could.
My YouTube was bugging 2 nights ago or something. Yeah.
Well, see, that's what I thought, because everybody was saying, you know, on Twitter and stuff that YouTube was down 2 nights ago. But then I had the same issue last night, and when I called the number,
Yeah, I did too.
oh, you had problems with YouTube last night.
I couldn't upload videos last night either, and then this morning, it was, you know, I was able to get it going.
Weird.
So that's where I seen you in the chat, right? Because that was the first video I've been able to put out on that channel for quite a while.
I wonder what the hell they're up to.
Yeah.
Anyway.
At least we got it back anyway.
Yeah. We're back. They didn't cut us off completely yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
that's coming.
Yeah. It seems like it's only a matter of time, right? They've just been ratcheting it up ever since. Well, the first big one was Alex Jones. And ever since then, it's like anybody who steps over the line at all, they're just slowly tightening it up. But anyway, we all know that story. So what's going on? Bev and Cleary and Domesticated Primate, you guys got something you wanted to talk to us about tonight?
Yeah. We've been doing this test and all of that, but more simply than that, we've been dealing with logic, like, because in order to understand it, we decided to go as far back as you can to make sure we understood the basics of like everything. And in doing that, I mean, it started, I'd say, last year with the Black Swan, right? The Black Swan comes in and that brings in logic. And I thought, brilliant. It's gonna get people thinking logically, and tagging it on, and it'll just snowball, and it'll work brilliantly. But QE didn't do it properly. He didn't simplify it to the best of like a logical statement should be. He left it open-ended, which left the optics in the play for the argument rather than the logical argument that it should have been. So that got us talking about the logic, and from the logic, you start developing logical arguments that formulated around the water level. Now it seems pretty simple, and I knew at the beginning when I first stumbled upon it, right, that the more they get triggered by it, the more they're worried by it, so they have to rubbish it. So that's worth looking into it within itself. So you look into it and you find that there's more proofs, right? There's more logical statements. There's more ways of thinking about this sort of stuff to find yourself your own understanding of what you're dealing with, right? Rather than just having an imagination about something, you have to go right back to the intrinsic base of everything to work out where you start. And that always ends up with logic, because it turns out that logic is the one that generated geometry, and from logic you get maths, and from logic you get science, right? So logic is the birth of all of these three different things, which you would have to say they are all we have for a proof, right? You know, if you're ever looking for an answer to how to do anything, they are the three places you go, and they are all born from logic. So the what the black swan brought around to me, I thought it should bring around the logic and people to understand the logic, but it turns out it didn't. It turns out I think it confused the logic. So people now don't even understand what logic is. So what we've done is we've developed a bit of a sort of a puzzle, because people always like puzzles to get you, it gets your mind thinking, right? And it gets your noggin jogging.
Sure.
Okay, so can you see in the general chat?
Let me see. Yes.
The first one that I put in with the A, B.
Okay.
No, so does that look good? I would, you know, DP does t-shirts, makes t-shirts.
Oh yeah. I'll pop that link in the chat again for these guys.
Yeah. So I was thinking, I like these things that make you think. But I mean, can you? It looks good, that, doesn't it? I mean, that's mine. It's completely mine. I've made it up myself. Quite proud of it. It's sort of a logical, mathematical, well, geometrical, logical statement, which I found out, I think, when anybody wants to let us know, it's a tautology.
So read it for us. Are you getting to that part?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's obviously the symbols and everything. So there's a bit of logic and there's a bit of geometrical. So two straight lines, they are parallel to. The backwards C it's a logical statement, if then statement, and the upside down V is an and. So when you read it, it reads, if A is parallel to B, then A is parallel to A, and B is parallel to B.
Yeah. Pretty basic.
So,
yeah.
A lot of people have problems at this point because they, well, I don't know. I see if is there anybody on the panel that has a problem with that, because to me, I think it's pretty simple and what it means and how it works. I guess anybody, if you've got a practical knowledge of parallel lines, or you've ever drawn anything like that, then it seems pretty simple, doesn't it? If the stipulation is A is parallel to B, then A can be placed anywhere on the page or the paper or wherever, and as long as it's parallel to B, then it will always be parallel. It's a stipulify, right?
Right. If there's two lines that are parallel, if there's another line, I guess you could say, that's parallel to one of those lines, they're all parallel. Right? Or is that taking it another step?
Well, no, that's just parallel lines, right?
Yeah.
That's what it means. It's just sort of takes it to the nth and just says this very simple statement, right? So with that as a logical statement given, it leads on to like, how would you use that, and what that is a logical statement, but it's also a geometrical statement, right? It can be proved true because it just is, like it you can know within yourself that it's true. Have we got another one with the next part of it? So like along that theory of the way of doing the have you got it there, DP?
Yeah.
The second part,
Yeah, just having a look for it now. So,
because I've got it on a t-shirt, but
yeah. Hang on, bear with me a tick.
and it obviously, can you see any problems anybody might have with this at the minute? Because it's just a simple geometric truth statement, right?
No, I think this is, I mean, no one, who's going to argue with this? I just can't
Well-
see how you could argue with this possibly.
Yeah. You can see that people would, or can you not see it yet?
No, I can't see it yet. Like Toady in the Toady UK in the chat is saying it's essentially like 1 = 1.
Yeah. It's a very simple, very, very simple fact. And you can't really falsify it. It's not possible to falsify it. So along the theory of symbols and logical and mathematical symbols, you see that one that DP's just put in?
Yeah, just brought it up. Here, I'm not sharing my screen with you guys. Here, let me do that.
Underneath it.
Yeah, it's up.
Right, okay. So that one is it's got the A. If A is parallel to B, then A is parallel to A and B is parallel to B. See that one underneath that?
Yep.
Right. See those 3 lines? We play a guessing game. You can know what the parallel, right? So those 3 lines, what do you reckon that might be? I'll give you a clue. It's a mathematical symbol.
3
not
lines.
logical.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shoot, no idea. 3 parallel lines?
Yeah. It's like it equals with another line on the top of it.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe horizontal?
Well, yeah. Wow. Brilliant. three parallel lines, right? So you've got horizontal is parallel to, and what do you reckon that last one is? Because we had to make that one up. But there isn't actually a mathematical or logical sign for that. But there is, if you look in the definition for horizontal, you'll find it. It's horizontal.
I would say the horizon. Does that mean
to the horizon? Yeah.
Okay.
Therefore, then if horizontal is parallel to the horizon, which it is defined as, then horizontal is parallel to horizontal.
Okay, so if horizontal is parallel to the horizon, you've got 2 lines that are horizontal, so that'd be like A and B.
Yeah.
If you had another line that was parallel to the horizontal or to the horizon, then obviously they're all going to be parallel.
It would be another horizontal line. Like all horizontal lines are parallel, it would seem, wouldn't it, from that logical statement? And
yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
so horizontal lines don't intersect.
No.
Logically?
No, not on how we've defined it for sure. How Euclid defined it and how we discussed last time for sure.
Yeah.
And not in reality in all of my experience.
Yeah, nice little simple. See, that's what I was hoping that the logic discussion would have brought around. Like a nice little logical way of getting your mind thinking about something that you perhaps haven't thought or even prepared your mind for thinking in such a simple way. Right? The logic takes you down a step and gives you a conclusion at the end of it, and you gain something from it, and then you use that logic and you build upon it to give you a realistic everyday sort of thing, and you apply the logic to that, and then you come up with a conclusion at the end of it. And now we've all come to a nice little happy conclusion that horizontal lines are parallel to each other, all of them, with no way they could possibly intersect, unless you want to sort of explain some illogical thought process.
No, I would say if you can prove that 2 lines are parallel to each other, or they're both parallel to the same parallel line, then it's hard to argue with, right?
Yeah. Have you looked up any definitions of horizontal? In fact, if you put horizontal mathematics in the
Horizontal mathematics. Okay.
yeah, just to get a reference to see what it says.
Well, where does the word horizon come from? Is horizontal. That has to be that. No.
Yeah. Well, I'd go even further than that. I would say,
Hello,
The v-
everybody. By the way.
all right,
I get it.
everybody's understanding of horizontal comes from what water does. The water gives you that. It's a balance. So I'd say that horizontal comes from the horizon also, but that comes, the horizon is a flat level thing because the water dictates that as it's horizontal.
Yeah.
That's probably a Greek word for something like stable, is it? I have to look that one up.
Yeah, it's equal. It's a balance. It's even, equal, balance, level.
It is a Greek word, by the way.
What's it mean? Straight, steady.
One of the meaning is kyklos, which means circle.
That's horizon.
Yeah, horizon.
Yeah.
Say that again. One of the words is what? Kyklos?
Kyklos, yeah.
And that means circle?
Circle, yeah.
Yeah. It's because you can turn around. It's always around you.
Ah, yeah, there you go. Okay.
Yeah, surely you've heard that one. The horizon's curved because I can turn round through 360 degrees.
I haven't heard anybody
loads of times.
I haven't heard anybody put it quite that way, but I have heard well, it looks flat because it's a circle. I've heard that one a few times. Yeah, okay. So I brought up the horizontal. Did you want to take a look at the definitions or?
Well, they'll all say something to do with parallel to the plane of the horizon, I would imagine.
Yeah, I'd love to see that, Ranty.
All right, yeah, let me bring that up. This is okay, Merriam-Webster. Where is it? Mathematics. Horizontal mathematics. Here's a link for something called horizontal mathematics. And it's some weird page. Okay.
Yeah, you just want the definition of horizontal within mathematics, because people don't seem to like the, normal definitions. They like to try and pick one that, they want better. I mean, we did have somebody over in ICQ that he did bend a horizontal. He did bend horizontal, which was quite impressive. He bent straight lines as well.
Yeah, but it's not horizontal if you bend it.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
It has to be. And we've just had Kosho with parallel lines intersecting, which is fantastic again.
This one even shows the horizon horizontal.
Yeah.
And this is a horizontal line above the horizon. So I think everybody knows the horizon is flat, right? No one.
Yeah.
Does anyone argue that the horizon curve? Well, they do those squish up pictures, right? The compression pictures. We've got a couple of people who like to do that.
It sorts the horizon right as well, because everybody knows that horizontal is definitely a straight line, right? I mean, it doesn't bend. I mean, it's perpendicular to vertical. It's got to be a straight line because it's a perpendicular.
Yeah.
And if that is parallel to the horizon, that would make the horizon a straight line. It would have to be, wouldn't it?
Of course it would.
Yeah, it's definitely a straight line in my opinion.
Just logically been through how parallel lines can't intersect. So the only two logical reasons would be that, one, the logic that we've just gone through is completely flawed and it's wrong and we haven't seen it. Or two, the horizontal horizon doesn't curve or anything and it's just flat. It's just straight. It's all horizontal. the water level dictates that horizon, and it's just horizontal.
So we've got WS in the chat who says Bev's second tautology. He's calling it a tautology. I guess
Well,
that's a
hold on a
logical
sec, 'cause
statement. Is that
again,
right?
That's just, there's a little technicality.
Yeah, here we go.
Uh-oh, who's that, Jimbo?
Yeah.
Go ahead. We'll get back to WS. Go for it, Jimbo. Did he drop out? All right, we'll come back, Jimbo. Bev's second tautology could be about parallel circles as described by Euclid. That's what WS says. So does Euclid describe parallel circles?
What did Euclid describe parallel circles as? WS, please. Give us a. Don't just say he did. Just come on, give us the where he described it. Definition.
Yeah. If I may, as far as parallel line goes, in math and in actual, physics, we have satellite dishes, they call them, but these are called stress paraboloids. And yes, stress paraboloids do have lines that intersect.
Lines that intersect are called lines that intersect.
We have what we call hyperbolic math for hyperparabolics.
Who is we?
Well, mathematics. It's out there for you if you want it. So, I can understand where you say parallel lines don't intersect. This is true for parallel lines like railroad tracks, etc. But if you take the curve of one of these so-called satellite dishes and extend it, then that curve will form like an ice cream cone and a tip at some point. It's called the stress paraboloid, and it's considered parallel, but a curving parallel. I can't help it. I didn't invent it, but there's a whole math for
Jimbo,
these curving parallel lines.
Jimbo, we've heard of curved parallel lines. The point is they do not intersect. And planes, if they're described as a plane and parallel, then it's a plane, not a curve. Jimbo,
What he's doing is diverting to another absolute thing and shape and line, and it has nothing to do with the definition of like parallelogram, two railroad tracks, etc.
You think parallel lines intersect, Jimbo?
Pardon me?
Do you think that parallel lines intersect?
Never.
What are you talking about?
Never. Yeah. Hyperparabolic.
Another one that agrees. Thank you very much, Jimbo. Well done.
Hyperparabolic mass. It's it's about parallel lines that do in fact intersect because of their geometry.
Parallel lines that do intersect now.
Yes, they're curved, if you will. I didn't fucking invent it. Like I say, I'm not going to fucking argue it. You can go look up the fucking formulas and see what a hyperparabolic curve is.
Somebody's triggered.
The math for it has nothing to do with two parallel lines.
You just contradicted
there are
yourself,
people.
Jimbo.
There are people that get triggered by parallel lines, right? This is what I was saying at the beginning.
Well,
Brandon,
I know
right?
parallel lines like railroad tracks don't curve. If you're talking about something else, you're talking about something else. If we're talking about parallel lines like railroad tracks, they do never meet. I'm fucking fine with that.
Wow.
But saying parallel lines never meet because it's not exactly true. Totally. Because
why are you arguing with us then?
Jimbo, you're losing your shit a little bit. I think I don't think they're attacking you.
Calm down a bit there. Can I just say something there, Brandon?
Yeah.
Now, language is as old as science, okay? So where the fuck do we get horizontal and horizon from? You know what I mean? So there must be something going on there. The word came out at the same time as science, years and years ago. From the Greek times. So they were saying it was flat, was it?
Could be horizon is from Horace.
Mic check. What's going on?
I'm sure there's a story about where the word came from. I'm going to see if I can find it. Horizontal online etymology dictionary. 1550s.
It's the sun, isn't it? Horace and
it's before 1550. It must be before 1550.
Well, ironically, relating to or near the horizon, from French horizontal, from Latin horizontem, meaning flat, parallel to the horizon, is from the 1630s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so why do we call it horizon? Like,
Yeah, why are we arguing with supposed flat earthers about the definition
So
of
that's the proof. That's
horizontal?
actually a proof that they believed in flat Earth before in the 1500s. They believed in flat Earth, like the Earth was flat.
Possible.
Like if they come out with these words, you know, the dictionary, you know, that's all invented years and years ago. So if they actually invented that word horizon, that comes from a Greek word that means flat.
Well, let's see where that came from, Gadget. Horizon, late 14th century. Horizon, from Old French horizon. Let me see, from Greek. It's got the Greek, Latin. Bound, limit, divide, separate, from horos, boundary, landmark, marking stones. The H was restored in English in the 17th century in imitation of Latin. Old English, eager mark for limit of view, horizon. The apparent horizon is distinguished. Listen to this. Why do they have this in here? The apparent horizon is distinguished from the celestial or astronomical horizon. That's a weird thing for such a basic definition here.
So what's horizon mean? Limit of view or flat?
Well, this says limit of view for horizon, but horizontal says that it's horizontal means parallel to the horizon.
Yep.
That's where the word came from.
Has a very definite mathematical definition. It's within the Euclidean definitions.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
for
also
sure.
think of horizon as separation in the
Two straight lines running parallel.
Now, one thing these guys are saying, this got posted. They're talking about, Jimbo, you mentioned it, hyperbolic geometry. I think Toady was going on about Euclidean geometry in 2D space. And then, so at this point, they bring 3D space into it. But how does that change the definitions of, these are base jet definitions, right? For lines, planes, and then ecliptic geometry. I would assume there'd be another name for this stuff, right?
Yep. It's all hyperbolic is theoretical. Euclidean is actual.
Can I give you this as well?
We can actually make physical hyperbolic things.
If
like
we go,
I know, Jimbo. I know.
If we go to book 11 of that is solid geometry within Euclid, and definition 8, book 11 says parallel planes are such as do not meet one another, though produced. So that's a definition of a parallel plane within the 3D, the solid geometry book of Euclid. So, I mean, again, they don't meet. There's no redefinition. Parallel planes are such as do not meet one another. Doesn't matter how far you produce it, a plane. So,
of course, two parallel planes would never meet each other.
Yeah, absolutely. So they're giving you these. This is interesting because this is what we know and deal with on a daily basis is Euclidean geometry, where we have a vertical, which is a plumb bob, and we have a horizontal, which is perpendicular to the plumb bob. And this is how we all know the world. But then they bring the ball into it, and they use the same terminology, but then they say, oh no, actually, see, yes, two parallel lines locally, will never meet. That's true. But on the surface of the earth, parallel lines do intersect. So it's a redefinition to fit their model of how we know the world. Again, we see this division of our everyday experience, our knowledge about the world, and then we see it combined with this idea of what the world should be again. And
they assume they're on a ball to begin with.
Yeah.
And they look at the lines converging on the north and the south, and they go, voila, here you go. Straight lines do meet.
Well, you see, this is where you start. If you've ever looked at Euclid and the books and the definitions and the way it's put together, right? It gives us the definitions of everything, and then the rest of the book is the propositions, which shows you how to use the definitions and the rules of the axioms and the postulates, right? You use them to make proofs of all of the statements that you've made earlier, the definitions, right? So you find ways of working within the rules and the definitions within the geometry. Now, there are a few logic, because Euclid it's just basically logic formulated into shapes and things. It's logic that can't be denied. It's just true. So one of the axioms that I have in my book that seems to have just disappeared is that two straight lines cannot enclose a space. Right?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
And also, it makes sense, doesn't it?
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah, the Euclidean plane. That is true.
Who said that?
I think Andy has joined us. Before we get into that, Andy, let me just say hello to the other people who have joined us, so audience knows they're here. Allie B, what's up, Allie B? Canadian Surveyor Travis has joined us. I Rockwell, Gently's channel. Kitty Soft Paws. Hi, Kitty Soft Paws. I don't think I've seen you in here before.
Hello, hello.
And Matrix Media J, I think we heard him. Pebble in the Pond, who's got some stuff for us to look at tonight. Hope you're going to stick around a while.
Yeah, well, if I could chill soon, because I got to go to sleep.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Let us get through this little thing here, and then we'll get to you. But awesome. And Andy, so what's up? What are we missing here about parallel lines?
Me, Brandon, Gadget Inspector, the most intelligent guy, no, unintelligent guy in flat earth.
I already introduced you, Gadget. You missed it.
Ah, shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I must be flushing the toilet.
Oh, and let me say hello to, or thank you to Rob Keene, $5 super chat. Yay for book 11, sub to Bev's channel. And I'll put the link out there for Bev's channel.
Yeah,
shortly.
good man, Bev. I'm gonna subscribe to you.
Does this statement make any sense to you guys? Reading and researching Euclidean, any parallel lines to appear to converge have no magnitude. Does that register to you guys what that means?
Repeat it one more time, Data, please.
Parallel lines appearing to converge have no magnitude.
Appearing. Would you be talking optics?
Yeah, it means
Anytime
they
you
don't
see
count.
parallel
They don't
lines
add up.
Appearing to converge, they have no magnitude.
Yeah, is that optics?
That's just in general. This is one of the reading and researching Euclidean. This comes from a 1911 Encyclopedia
Hey,
book.
you sound like you're 10 feet away from your mic, man.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. Just the headphones.
It just means to be aware.
I don't know what appear. I'm not so sure Euclidean geometry would have appear in it.
It's also unclear what it means by magnitude.
That's optics. So,
Well, what does it mean by magnitude then, Andy?
Well, it would mean some magnitude is usually a value that
magnitude means
different
different.
size.
Yeah, magnitude means different things in geometry as it does into astronomy. It's a different interpretation of magnitude. In geometry, it would be the length of something, the measurement of a line. And when I understand two parallel lines converging, they'd actually have no magnitude, just like the sunset or the horizon. There's no
they
magnitude
wouldn't converge. The parallel
they
lines
appear.
don't converge.
Exactly.
That's the point.
They appear to.
So it's optics. It's
Yeah,
not
it's
real.
optics.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why we keep going back to that.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's just because in the phraseology, right? Any lines that appear to converge, they appear to converge, but they have no magnitude. Meaning,
So that they're not parallel lines.
Well, also it
Exactly.
says
Well,
the
they're parallel,
definition.
but they appear
The
to.
very first definition within Euclid, definition number 1, book 1. A point is that which has no parts or which has no magnitude. So
Exactly.
if there's no magnitude,
Exactly.
it's not there. It's a nothing. It doesn't
So
exist.
nothing, yeah.
Yeah.
Bev, just a question. Like
That's exactly what I'm saying, right?
Bev, I have two lasers, okay, 2 feet apart. I shoot two lasers over the sea or over a land, okay?
Yeah.
2 feet apart. Would those lines ever meet?
Yeah, the beam would spread out, wouldn't it? That's what happens.
It
with
would
the,
spread out, but
the
they
light,
wouldn't
yeah.
meet. Like the light would meet, but not the beams, would they?
No, if they're parallel lines, I mean that by definition would never meet.
Yeah. Yeah, I know the way the laser beams spread out. What's that called again? It's
Divergent.
yeah, but the actually target would never meet.
I don't know. If you move something that's like 15 foot apart and move it and keep it 15 foot apart and keep moving it away into the distance, it will still stay 15 foot apart. In the distance, it would look like it's getting closer together and getting smaller and all of that, but it would still stay 15 feet apart. It like what you look at doesn't happen, doesn't change reality, right? It's
Yeah, lasers don't bend; they keep going straight, don't they?
well, they do bend, don't they? In the light,
Yeah.
they do.
Optics is not always true to geometry. There's optical illusions. There's bending of light. There's angular size reduction.
This is what we're dealing with here is a logical geometric statement, right? That you if you're trying to falsify it, don't try and falsify it by looking at different things through different things and waving lasers around, right? Try and falsify the logic
Well, I think we'll
and
get
the geometry.
That is a great point because we're talking about two different things. We're talking about the physical Euclidean world, and then we're talking about the perspective, which is non-Euclidean. So we can really screw ourselves up when we mix the two up, as most of the people here well know.
I don't know where you were going with this next, Bev, but people can't even handle the first part.
I say
funny
this,
thing
this
is,
is the first part.
I was saying that we see in Euclidean, but because we have perspective, that's where we get the convergence of light, right, through our eyesight. So, right.
We don't see in Euclidean though, do we? We don't see in Euclidean.
Well, if we see in straight lines and angles, that's what it is. In any physics example you take, light travels in straight lines.
Actually,
regardless.
Euclid did an optics.
Yeah, I know.
Let me
I'm just
find
saying.
it for you.
I'm just saying that we see in straight lines and angles due to the atmosphere. We're left with light bending through the atmosphere, so to speak, right? And whatever anomalies are along with that, but in general, we see in straight lines and angles. So when I say we see in Euclidean, we just have an aperture of our eye which produces light in a cone shape, which forces light to converge into a focal point, right? So we're going to be subjected to those straight lines and angles bending and refracting into our eye, creating a limitation to the angle, right? But everything around us is straight lines and angles, even trilateration. Just talking about balloon satellites, it's all straight lines and angles.
I like Euclid.
Railroad tracks wouldn't converge in Euclidean geometry though. So we might still see in straight lines. I do think we see in straight lines, by the way. And so I think you're partially right, but maybe I'm misunderstanding.
No, that's what it is. Everything is in straight lines and angles, but we have perspective, right? We're going to be subjected to those angles of light passing through a medium, whether it's our eyesight or whether it's going through the air. But generally, the straight lines and straight. I don't know how many times I can say it.
So light in the Earth's atmosphere is bending, is it? Like lasers.
Well, here's the thing. Snell's law discredits the heliocentric model and light traveling through a vacuum, because we actually calculate for the refraction of light in the atmosphere, right? So
light traveling through a vacuum. Where's that?
That's the heliocentric model, right? That's where they get the speed of light from and all this other crap, right? So
they also claim to have it at LIGO.
I'm just saying Snell's law debunks the heliocentric model just with that argument of light in
You
a
say
vacuum.
it takes
Anyway,
it into account, though.
the formulation of Snell's law takes into account of light passing through a medium. Yep.
Through a vacuum.
No, I'm saying the heliocentric model says that light travels through a vacuum. I'm saying Snell's law debunks the heliocentric model because it calculates for light traveling through an atmosphere.
Okay.
Hence the vacuum doesn't exist.
Yeah, and when you look at it another way, do you know the way NASA are apparently bouncing lasers off the moon and back again? How the fuck does that work if light bends? And we're spinning at the same time, and they get an echo back.
We're not spinning, and they don't
And
actually do that.
if light bends, you can
like
grab it in your hand.
they're sending lasers up, right, through our atmosphere. Okay, light bends, and then we're spinning at 1,000 miles an hour.
Hold on.
And the moon is spinning as
when you see a
well.
laser bend.
And we're hitting a box. Let me finish. And we're hitting a box on the moon, and it's going back to the same place where it came from. In what, 4 or 5 seconds? And they say light bends.
The problem is you've already adopted the heliocentric model. Okay. When you say
No,
light
I'm in here
bends-
to learn.
Hold on, bro. I didn't interrupt you. I
No,
didn't
Brandon
interrupt
will tell you.
Come
I'm in here to
on.
ask questions.
Bro, shut up.
I'm
I
in
was
here to-
fucking talking.
Okay, go on.
Okay, yeah, great. Okay, I'm going to try and talk without you interrupting. Okay, so when you say light bends, you've already taken into the world their model. So you've never seen light bend. You've never tested the speed of light. You don't even know if light is a thing that moves. This is all you reaffirming their model. Okay, so you've said, oh, the Earth isn't a ball, which they told you, but then you're going to say, well, light does still move. Light is a thing that's moving, and it does move at this speed, and it does pass through medium. So you're basically just making their world for them.
Well, something's making it. Something's making
Sorry, young man. Can I stop you there? I never said light bends. I said they say that light bends.
You said it bend 10 times. You said
I
light
said
bends.
apparently light bends.
Well,
something's making.
I'm a
Apparently,
flat
maybe
earther.
light
I know
doesn't bend.
light doesn't bend.
How do you
Something's
know light?
making the image.
You're talking about light like it's a thing. So that
Something's
right
making-
there, when you separate matter from light as in two distinct different things, you've reaffirmed the heliocentric model because that's what they do.
Hang on, can I ask?
No
you,
way.
We're not.
Hang on.
Yes,
How did
yes,
we get?
No,
from-
I never said light bends. I said
Hello?
apparently
All right, let's move on. Go ahead,
How
Primate.
did we get from horizontal to light? How did we make that jump?
Well, because a lot of the time, what they're going to do is they're going to say visually they're looking. Now, visually looking turns into the path of light in the heliocentric model. Now, if you throw that crap out, okay, then we look in complete direct line of sight.
The horizontal is geometric. It's nothing to do with light.
Yeah.
We're not talking about optics. I
Let's
don't know
stay
why
with
we
the
got derailed.
geometry. Can we stay with the geometry, please?
Yeah. Hey, I'm all for geometry. Like, because in geometry, straight lines are going to go straight. But then in the world, they're going to try and make that tangent straight line that you're looking at bend because the path of light.
Where did you pull a tangent
And
from?
very important.
Where did you pull a tangent from?
Yeah, they were
Something's making it. Something's making
to
it.
the object.
Well, are you making their argument for them, or what?
No, I'm the one that's stopping it. If you don't have, hold on, look. If you don't have bent light, right? You don't have bent light, then you don't have refraction. If you don't have refraction, you don't have
bendy
blooming.
light
If you don't have
change
blooming,
a horizontal?
It can't.
Can it affect the water level?
Nope. That's why.
Well,
it is
that's
a
why
point
we're
of argument.
talking about the actual physical things and the geometry. We're not talking about bendy light or anything because it doesn't affect the level, the water, the horizontal. Doesn't affect geometry of parallel lines.
I know this, Beth.
Well, that's what we're doing here is we're trying to give people like the basic understanding of the logic that goes behind the geometry that is reality.
So let's get the fuck away from bendy light, can we, please?
Stop it looking at things like it won't affect what happens with the water level if you look at it from a distance or from a different side or the other side. I mean, that is the point here, right? Because what we get to here, I think we did it the other day. We went through the problems that they have with their model and what happens with the horizontal and their level. And it either goes down or up. In fact, we've had Dawn in there today telling us he was walking up, down. It's the same thing. It's ridiculous, the problems that the geometry that leaves these people and the logic. It wraps them in knots. There's no need for us to go and start looking at light and bending light and imagine a bending light with a curve because you're looking at something through a funny medium.
Yeah,
Just stick to the geometry.
Exactly. Now, I hate to cut this off because we're on a good roll here, but we'll come back to it for sure. So I hope you guys aren't going anywhere. I want to take a few minutes and let Pebble in the Pond, previously known as Pete the Great, present his firsthand observations. So whenever you're ready, Pebble, we'll take a look if you're still there. You still there? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, I'll stop sharing my screen and share yours. Now, do you guys remember the many people will remember it, probably just from this image here.
Yeah, that's Ranty's time lapse. Yeah.
No. This is Pebble
okay.
stuff. Yeah, he did maybe 2-3 weeks ago. He did some observations in this warehouse, raising the camera, lowering it, opening the door, letting cold air in, and closing the door again, and observing these lights down here, and then looking at the lights on the ceiling and the distance between objects on the ground, because he's got this long, flat surface.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is part 2. So Pebble, I'll let you take it away.
All right. So from the first observations, what I had was a light pointing straight at the camera, but now I have these two. They're kind of like reflectors with a LED light under that black under the black parts of the lights here. So there's a green one that's on the floor, and then there's a pink one that's up higher. Same distance from the camera, both of these. And on this first observation, we see that like all the way to the end, without any visual or atmospheric effects on them. So this image was taken off of the floor. And then the second image, I raised the camera up a little bit. So we can see a little more detail of the floor, but still like these lights look the same.
Can I ask a question?
Yep.
I was setting up Discord, so I didn't see the very beginning. What's the pink and the green?
They're reflectors with a LED light inside them. So right
Okay.
now the LEDs are on.
So they are the source light, or they're reflecting?
Well, they're reflecting off of the I don't know what to call it.
Well, these two are the source, though, right? These what we're seeing right here on the screen. These are the source lights.
The lights emanating from that location.
Well, the lights on the ceiling, those are on right now, and then
Okay.
I have these LED lights are also on, but you can't really tell because of the other
Okay.
lights.
All right. So then the second thing is, I just want to ask for clarification. How do you know there's no atmospheric distortion?
I'll get to that soon.
Okay.
I'll
All right.
show you.
Thanks. Okay.
And the distance is 100 meters, you said, approximately?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. So here, the warehouse lights are off, and we can see the reflectors on the camera there, green and pink. And this next one, I raised the camera a little bit higher. Still see both, and a little bit higher, and we still see them. Now, oh yeah, I'll just show this too.
Was the first shot taken from ground level?
In the dark, yeah.
I got a question if I could too. What's when you say you raise the camera a little bit higher, what's a little bit?
It's about 5 centimeters. I had a block of wood that's 5 centimeters thick, so I raised it. I don't know inches, but
What's that? An inch or two?
2 inches.
2 inches?
Yeah, so off the floor, and then I raise it up 5 centimeters, and then I put another block under. So that's
Okay, so
10
roughly
centimeters.
2 inches each time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that includes also the lens, or like the mid part of the lens, or I don't know. Yeah. This is a video. Why is that in the way? Oh, that's in the way. But we just opened the door a little bit. The temperature inside was, I'd guess like 20 degrees, and outside it was like +2. And we didn't really notice any change happen.
Is this the same video you showed me the other day?
I did show this one, but I got another one here too.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So this was 'cause this one doesn't have the block on the side. I'll show those now. Okay, so here I added this block on the left-hand side here, and same setup. The green one is on the floor, and the pink one's a little bit above. And already we can see there is a mirroring happening here. So the pink one is visible
Okay,
on
so
the bottom there.
all right. So since this is completely different, we don't have a reflection in the previous images you showed us. So what did you do? What did you do different in this one?
The only difference was I added this block here. Well, it doesn't affect like the distance of the object or anything, but the temperature inside the warehouse was around 17 or 18 degrees, so it was a little cooler than
Like three degrees, because you said 20 the first time, so now we've got a three degree difference.
Yeah, I used Celsius. Yeah.
That's fine. Okay. All
right. This block here, the bottom edge of this first black bar, that's 5 centimeters, and then this black bar area is also 5 centimeters. So every gap here is 5 centimeters. Just to show that.
And by the way,
so
20 Celsius is about 68 degrees, and 17 is like 62, 63, just for us stupid Americans. Go ahead.
For Europeans, thank you.
What are we supposed to be seeing here? I don't see anything. Is it me?
Well, we haven't gotten.
What are we looking at?
We haven't gotten to it all yet. Let's get through the observations, then we'll.
yeah, but what Cleary might not be seeing anything. Are you not seeing anything, Cleary?
I'm not seeing anything. I don't know what I'm supposed to be seeing.
Well, have you? Okay, so you haven't seen anything this whole time?
No, I can see it. I just don't know what I'm supposed to be. What phenomenon I'm supposed to be seeing here?
You don't see the reflection of the inferior mirage where you've got the pink.
Okay, is that a reflection?
Yeah,
All
so
right.
you've got the pink on the top, which is a physical image. The pink on the bottom is 100% reflection, and then so then if you cut the green in half, you've got to have a vanishing line.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
That was going to open the door, and it's going to be a change in temperature, isn't it?
I'll get to that too. So, yeah, this image was taken off of the floor. And this next one, I raised the camera 2 inches. Is that what it was? 5 centimeters, 2 inches?
Yeah, about that, yeah.
Yeah, so now we see a difference in what we can see. So now the pink strip is gone, but this green one is a lot wider now.
Yeah, you know, this is a part of my observations too. You know what I would have loved? Well, maybe I'm jumping the gun. Well, no, I want to say it because I might forget. What I call, you know what the vanishing line is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I have never seen in any of my investigations is, except that you would call it the apparent horizon, I guess. So the apparent horizon is where the mirage ends. And then you see the floor, right? The floor ends. You have the mirage, right?
Yeah.
So what I would have loved to have had in this is for you to have found out where to mark where the mirage is so that you could understand the distance covered in the mirage, if that makes any sense.
The fold.
Yeah,
Well,
I was actually looking at that earlier before I came on here. So I was looking at the side here. Actually, I'll show this one first. So here, I'm not sure what this is here, but
looks like just some scrap wood.
Yeah, probably. But like we can see, it's like pretty thin here. And then there's this lava. Oh, what's it in English? I forget.
A
what
breeze
it's
block. Oh
Pallet,
yeah, a pallet. Yeah.
Yeah,
Looks
so
like a breeze block too in the sign.
yeah, so here we can see them like fairly clearly, and we don't see like any distortion happening.
Sure, but that still leaves again. My point is, let me say this. So where the mirage begins, in the middle of the green light, that's the vanishing line or the fold line. What I have called where the mirage ends, the disclosing line. That is everything below the vanishing line is behind the mirage. So there's physical ground there behind that reflected pink image at the bottom. There's concrete flooring. It's there physically. It's not behind a curve. So that's why I chose to call that demarcation the disclosing line, because it discloses what's 100 meters.
meters. And the floor is warm and the air is cold? Or is the air cold, or the air, or is it vice versa? Like, is the concrete warm in the
Yeah, that would be right. That's an interesting
20
variable.
degrees inside, and he said about 2 degrees outside.
Right,
okay, so you're having that effect. Okay, and then you're saying over 100 meters, there's obviously a what you call the apparent beginning horizon, which is the beginning of the mirror effect, right? Is what you're
That's
saying?
what I noticed. I noticed where the wheels are there. It seems that's where a mirroring effect is. But somebody said it looks like a shadow, so I'm not so sure.
I don't think it's a shadow because when he had lifted it up,
I'll get to the video. I'll just show the video.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just go through these dark images. So there's just
Anyway, what I was just trying to get at is if you could
off.
scale it down under the obvious assumption that it's flat, because refraction, you have to have the normal or whatever, and it all works off of these straight pieces, right? So everything has to be straight to kind of get that mirror effect to begin with. So if you could scale it down at 100 meters and then take it to a lake and apply the same effect, you should be able to just scale it up to the lake figures and get the same sort of angle ratio and so forth, right?
Yeah.
It has to be calculated based on. You can calculate it, at least. You should be able to. I mean, are we gonna,
Hey, let's get through the rest of these slides because he's got.
We're just geeking out, Brandon. This is just like triggering our geek buttons.
No, I know. I knew this one. What did I tell you, Pebble? I told you Travis would be excited about those pictures.
Yeah, I'm totally into this, but I should go make some popcorn.
But did you guys see those dark pictures? We're watching the video right now. Did you see those pictures in the dark? Can we go back to those just for a second and then start this video out when people are paying attention? So you still see the reflections here. Notice that? So it might just be it's reflecting off of the sidewalk, but we saw the mirage. You know, we saw the mirage in the pictures with the lights on. So I thought that was interesting.
So isn't the ground being, cooled? Or sorry, the ground is being cooled, right? And so it's going to produce that
You'd almost have
where light slows down. Right, that's the idea. You're talking about light slowing down, producing a mirror effect, right?
I don't know if we're talking about light slowing down or what. I'm just talking about what I see.
That's what's causing.
We're going to trigger right the hand.
Yeah.
That's what's causing the effect, accordingly. Like if you look at internal reflection, it's basically the angle of light passing through the medium at a certain angle. Now there's a maximum angle, I think, of 48.8 degree, where they've done these tests, right, where like if you ever look at a fish tank, you'll have the internal reflection around the rim of it.
Yeah, go ahead.
They claim it's it's either at 48.2 degrees or 48.8. I can't remember.
All right,
but
watch this video, Data. Watch this video, and then you can finish. All right.
Can I ask
So
Pebble
he's
a quick
opening the
question?
door. Don't do it, Cleary. He's opening the door. And watch. He's letting cold air in. Now watch the lights.
I can see what's happening. Yeah, I can see what's happening in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah, watch the lights. Boom. Gone.
What happened there?
And then they're dancing in and out.
Yeah, this is fantastic.
All right, this is actually on topic. I don't know.
What happened there?
Yeah.
I don't understand. What
That's
happened
good
there?
stuff. He opened the door. He let the cool air in from outside, where it's like I think he said 2-3 degrees Celsius into the room.
With this observation, it was like -2.
-2.
The first ones I showed without the block, it was +2. But these ones with this miraging effect, there's -2 outside Celsius.
Okay, and then
and what's the heat inside the building? Probably what, 25?
Nope.
It was
20.
It was 17 to 18 degrees Celsius.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's a pretty good change. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have that. You're gonna have that affect light, right? That's the concept of Snell's law, right? So you increase the energy exchange between the outside atmosphere, the inside atmosphere on the concrete. It's going to produce the slowing down of light back to the object. And based on your position and lower to the ground, you're going to have that 48.8 or 48.2 critical degree angle can produce a mirror effect. That's what they tell you in physics, man. So I don't know what you guys are discussing.
But why do you keep saying that slow light? What is your? I know they tell us a lot of stuff, Data. Why are you representing what they tell us? What's your evidence?
Okay, well, that's what I'm trying to understand your guys' argument. So their explanation is any object that we see is reflecting light back to the eye. This is the way I understand it. If that light is passing back through a medium, it's going to affect the angle in which your eye perceives it. Okay. That's the concept. Now, whether it slows down or not, whether it slows down or not, I can't test that. Right?
Let me know when you're done. I wanted to ask Pebbles a real quick anything at all.
One of them.
Yeah, single point.
This one will be parallel, horizontal, and then the head would be another parallel, horizontal, and you would measure a vertical line in between them. It would be perpendicular to the horizontal to there. That would be the difference in the head of pressure, wouldn't it? Within hydrostatics, like, the science behind it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So there wouldn't ever be a hump in the middle, would you? You'd never go to a higher bit in the middle.
Not on such a small scale, no.
What
let me ask
small
you.
scale?
Your scale it's too small of a scale. That's why I'm actually excited for you to do the big one.
Can I ask you one question, Andy?
Sure.
At what distance between 2 points can you falsify hydrostatic equilibrium?
You wouldn't be falsifying hydrostatic equilibrium at any scale. It's so
You just said no.
Okay. When you try to throw in the word horizontal, that's where everything gets screwed up. That's
I didn't say horizontal.
Not for us.
What's up with it?
Not for us.
I didn't say horizontal. I said, at what distance
That-
between 2 points can you falsify hydrostatic equilibrium?
Hydrostatic equilibrium is a real thing. You're not going to falsify it. That's something that happens.
Thank you.
Water
Thank
finds
you.
its own level.
Yep. We're done here, folks.
Soundbite. That was a soundbite right there.
Hope everybody heard that.
And couple that with the parallel thing that we did with horizontals a bit earlier. You sort of prove that the water level is horizontal with the
No, you
science behind
choose
it
to
for
use the word
hydrostatic.
horizontal, and it's wrong.
Well, what would you put in its place?
Horizontal is a bad word.
Hang on a minute.
Bravo,
I don't-
bravo, Bev. That was absolutely brilliant. Thank you
Hang
very
on,
much.
Andy.
Hold on. I don't understand what.
Andy,
I don't
we
understand what
need
just
you
happened.
To give us horizontal is given in the definition of a level, water level, establishes a horizontal plane. We don't need you to give
At
us
the
a
middle point, it
definition.
will be horizontal. Yes.
No. It
Yep.
doesn't
At the
say
middle
at the
point is the
middle
only
point.
The middle point
It
is the only
says-
point at which the line would be perfectly horizontal.
That's what I said.
A
Which
water
point is that?
level establishes a horizontal plane of reference. That is the definition of a water level.
Okay, you
Why
don't
do you-
get to
We don't need
define
it.
the shape of the Earth with
We
definitions.
don't need it.
All right, hold on.
not?
I have a question for
Doesn't
Andy,
work.
real quick. Andy, can I ask you?
Wait a minute. Can I just get in before
Okay, go
that
ahead.
gets missed? We
Yeah.
are not trying to define the shape of the Earth.
Right, but you're trying to
We're just saying
throw stuff in that's
that
not true.
level is horizontal.
And
Like
you
that's
are
it.
wrong.
You can
And
draw
you
your
are-
own conclusions from what that is, but that is reality. That's what we're saying.
Boom.
That's what
That
we
has
see.
severe
We don't need you
implications.
to give us a definition of anything, Andy. Thank you very much.
Your test has severe implications. I'd be, depending on how it comes out.
Infer what you will, Jeremy.
I never seen water curve yet.
Also, what was the big deal about how far until you falsify hydrostatic equilibrium? Why I didn't really like.
I don't know what their fucking point for that
This
was.
is the point right here, Andy. Where's horizontal at?
It's only horizontal only exists on a local level.
Which point?
Say it.
Which point?
In the
At this
middle,
point?
the very
At this
no,
point
in the
or at
exact
this
middle,
point?
in the
It's
exact
three.
middle between the two.
It's just
At
at
a
this
single
one.
point.
At a single point.
Just at
That's
that
my
one.
Well, you
point,
can't have a
Jeremy.
horizontal. You don't have a horizontal point. Is that a thing or?
No. How long is a point, Andy? How
Yeah,
long is a
in
point?
Andy's world, it is. But see, that's where we have to go right now. I think that's where we have to go right now.
Andy's world.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be able to see
La
anything.
la la la
once
la
I just
la
spoke
la
out.
la.
You're not going to be able to see
okay.
a difference on that small of a scale.
Okay, so this
At
is
what point?
Bev is
Look at this
actually
now.
doing.
It takes like
Lasers.
I actually calculated it the other day how big you need. You need 101 feet to get a 1 arc second difference between
Thank you.
the
1 arc
Oh,
second.
yeah. 400
1
meters.
arc second. 101
You're
feet.
only
to get
talking
1
bullshit
arc
now. You're only
second.
talking bullshit now. Watch this. Bev's going to show you.
Water
That's-
level
That was
there,
about-
right?
Do you understand how
It's
small an
here
arc
as well.
second is?
See ya.
Yeah, do
Yeah,
you
it's
understand
101
how small-
feet.
101
Okay.
feet apart to get 1 arc second. That's
Okay, so
On a
this
theoretical
is,
ball.
this is where we were a bit earlier with
degree.
Cleary, right? He asked, how far can you have to put these points to disprove hydrostatic
depends on-
equilibrium?
it-
They're
it-
going to find
hydrostatic
an
equilibrium
even,
has-
right?
Let
Aren't they?
Bev talk, please. Let them talk.
He's
Let
wrong.
Bev talk.
These
He's doing
two
the video.
points over, let's say how far we're going to go. Let's say 2 miles. Okay?
Okay, have you done that?
If we get a tube like this,
Yep.
2 miles long,
Yep.
this point here will
Yep.
equal out to this point here. The
But
two
you won't
ends.
be able to shine that laser between the two.
I'm not shining a laser between the two. I'm just asking you if the water would equalize out in that tube.
Of course it will, because that's
Yeah.
how
Okay.
hydrostatics
So
works.
now what would
It's a
you call
well-known
that
thing.
equalization? That line that you imagine gets drawn between one point and another point. Do you know what that's called? The shortest distance
called a
between
line.
2 points is a
It's a
straight
line.
line.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So would you not call that line the straightest line? between those 2 points. Would you not call that horizontal?
It won't be horizontal at all points. No.
Which point would it be
In the middle.
horizontal at?
In the
In
middle.
the middle.
Oh my
Right
God!
now, so in the middle, if we go to this and we
Okay, hold
tap
on.
one in, and we find that it is also on the same line, would that mean that the whole line was horizontal? 'Cause
Yeah,
you said
and when
it would be
I
horizontal in the middle.
I do not believe that that is possible.
Yeah, we know it is. So our
Yeah, have you
knowledge
done
and
it? Have
your
you done it?
You
Can you
don't
repeat
believe
that?
it's possible for us to fill a tube with water?
Yeah, why wouldn't it be?
Well, what do you not think is possible then within this test?
The line
with the
connecting
water
the 3
level
points.
with a tube.
The line connecting the 3 points.
Like, what do you mean the line?
So
Okay, if you
where would you imagine this one in the middle is?
it'll appear higher.
Oh, it will appear higher,
Well,
or will
no,
it be
so,
higher?
So let me be clear. It'll be higher than the line drawn between the 2 endpoints.
Oh, there's a hump.
No.
Yes, it will.
Right. So the
water.
water level that you've just said has a hump in the middle where
It's not a
higher.
It's not a hump.
Is it a bulge?
You're conflating.
Is it a
tilt
bulge?
with gravity?
The tube has to remain below both levels.
What
for
are you
it to
talking
work
about?
hydrostatic.
It's
That's
level.
true.
Yeah,
You're
yeah, that's
conflating
right,
a
Jim.
change in height with gravity.
It is conflating a change in height.
You can't have water at a negative. It can't support itself.
Yeah,
That's
that's
not a
what this-
negative.
that's
You're-
what this
they're
means.
still-
It
they're-
does.
they would still be in
the
hydrostatic
moment this
equilibrium.
water
They would
goes
still be in
above this
hydrostatic
line,
equilibrium.
it
And it's-
reaches a negative pressure state. Water can't go there. That's why the water is level at one point, because below
Water
that
finds
point
its own
positive
level.
pressure, above that point negative pressure. There is a zero in the middle.
Yeah, and in reality, that point is not actually higher with respect to
No,
the
it's
center
on a
of the
horizontal.
Earth.
Yeah,
the center of
they're
mass
all
of the
on
center of
a
the Earth.
horizontal, aren't they?
No.
Yes. Hey, Bev,
No,
let me
you
let
won't
me
be
ask,
able to draw that line. You will not be able to draw that line.
that doesn't
You are
take
not
away
visible.
reality.
draw the
That
line, you
doesn't
just
take
need the
away the
water level.
reality. I mean, look, Bev, get a whiteboard marker real quick and put 3 dots between your gauge, the perpendicular gauge. Put a dot there.
Where here?
Jesus.
Yeah, right
Bev is
there.
Bev,
Yeah,
isn't he?
right there.
Come on, Bev.
And then
Come
in
on,
the
Bev.
middle, and then in the middle.
Hang on,
like-
Gadget.
Yeah, and then to the left.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now Andy is saying the dot in the middle is a local horizontal.
Yep.
Okay,
No.
that's the.
Yeah, you were. That's what you said. The one in
Okay,
the middle.
okay. Hold on,
Those-
Andy. Hold on,
those lines
Andy.
clearly-
Andy, just hold on.
There's
Just
a
hold
plum.
on.
There's a plum right in the middle.
I'm
so
just.
perpendicular
You're not
to
going to
that,
see anything
horizontal.
on such a small scale. You
Yeah.
can't.
Okay, but this is where you're going. This is your geometry that you've just said. So at the midpoint, the middle, right?
Yep.
There is a horizontal. Okay, you'd go there. That's what you said. Yes.
So technically, the only horizontal is where your laser
Right,
level
so
is.
that horizontal, that in the middle, would be perpendicular to this plumb line in the middle. Oh, just like this horizontal that's already here.
Yeah, guess
No,
what, Bev? You need
the bulge.
to
Well,
see
that
a
would
one
mean-
arc
that would mean
one arc second
that
difference.
anyone
You
here,
need to
even
line
if it was a bit
101
higher,
feet long.
it would
One
be
arc second.
parallel with
You
the
don't understand
horizontal that's there
You
already.
need that's not a 100-foot line, is it?
How
You're not
about
gonna see a
400
difference.
meters, Andy? Is
Well,
400
yeah,
meters?
at
400
what
meters would be
point, we go
fine,
back
yeah.
to
Do it on
Cleary's
400
question
meters.
again. At what point can you falsify this horizontal, please?
It depends on the precision of your instruments, but at
It's
101
water
feet,
level. Look at that. I can look at it.
that's
I can be
Yeah.
millimeter accurate with that.
is on that small of a scale. It doesn't matter.
How long? That's the distance. At what distance can you falsify
101
this?
feet. Okay, hold on.
101 feet.
Okay,
Have you not-
Andy.
Well, I've got a 100
Yeah.
meter water level
Hold on,
outside.
Bev.
That's
Bev,
not
Bev
101
and
feet,
Andy.
is it?
Bev and Andy,
Yeah,
hold on, just
it's
real
3
quick.
times that, in it?
Okay,
Fuck
Bev
off,
and Andy.
Andy. It's
Hold on, go
20
ahead,
centimeters
Travis. Go ahead.
Gadget.
Travis, go ahead.
Water to react. Fuck's sake.
Gadget, hold on real quick, please. Okay, so Andy, I'm just trying to understand what you're saying with your arc second 101 feet. Are you saying that, in your opinion, a local horizontal exists for 101 feet?
No.
Okay,
To be able to measure a difference of 1 arcsecond between the plumb lines and the horizontal lines, you'd need
Andy,
at
who told you
1
that?
arcsecond, you need to be 101 feet away from each other.
Who told you that, Andy?
I calculated it.
You
calculated.
Yes, I did.
You didn't measure it. Okay,
Would
so
that
let
mean,
me.
though? Would that
No,
mean
because
that
I
horizontals
fucking know the Earth is a
intersect?
globe. I don't need to measure it myself.
When you
Would
say
that mean-
horizontal lines, what do you mean by because you said plural? I don't understand where you get plural. We're talking about one.
Who? Me?
No, Andy said a couple of minutes ago. Andy said it was when a lot of
Your line connecting. So what I mean by that is the line connecting the 2 points would only be perfectly level at 1 point.
Andy, how much of a rise would you have within 100 meters? Can you calculate that for us on your globe model?
Yeah, and when the horizontals intersect at the middle, I guess.
How much does Bev? How much space? What's the length of a point according to Euclid?
It's nothing. It doesn't even exist. It has no.
According to
magnitude,
surveyors.
it has no parts.
Hmm.
It's a nothing. So when they say a line, like level, because level is a line, a horizontal is a line, you need 2 points to connect.
Okay, the horizon, the line and level are not the same thing. The horizontal line and level are not the same thing. So that line that you draw between the two would only be level.
Hold on, real quick.
Perfectly level in the middle.
Level is an adjective. A horizontal line is a noun. Okay.
Okay, the horizontal line would only be perfectly level in the exact middle.
Okay, how big is that exact middle, Andy?
It's a 0 point dimension.
Okay, it does. Okay, Andy, that doesn't exist, Andy.
Wow.
You just said it doesn't exist.
No, I said it's.
He said it doesn't exist.
You can get it. You can get it.
Points.
No, okay, so you can get it at that position.
Nothing.
I'm saying at position. At that position.
Andy, you just shut yourself in the foot.
Okay, Andy,
it has a position.
you are certifiably insane.
No, you guys are all retarded.
You are insane. Okay.
Yeah, we're all fucking retarded.
You are insane,
guys. We gotta let Andy talk. We gotta let Andy talk. We got 3 or 4 people tag teaming.
No, we understand what you're saying. You're clinically insane. You have no grasp on reality whatsoever. Zero.
That's fucking golden coming from flat earthers.
I think what's happening though is we're talking about a concept of a point which has no relation in reality. So we need to talk about whether we're talking about a concept or something that relates to reality.
It's a position, not a size.
Where is it?
In the middle.
Right.
In the middle.
The line that is made at the middle is horizontal, which just happens to be parallel with the other line.
At the very center.
That's absurd.
What is level?
So that's a measurement that is
the line would only be level at the very center.
The line. How big is the line?
However big you make it.
The line is that which has
You're
no
insane,
part.
dude. However big you make it. Okay, let's make it a mile.
The line segment between the 2 points on the water level is only level in the middle.
Fuck's sake, Andy, what the fuck are you smoking?
What are you talking about, man?
But the thing is, we're using Euclid's definition of a point, which is that which has no part. So we have equivocation now because we're using a concept which has no relation to reality to try to describe reality.
What are you talking about?
Position.
The definition of a point by Euclid is that which has no parts. If a line is made of points, it's effectively made of points are that which has no parts.
The line is that drawn between 2 parts. The shortest line
is the location. Not
Shortest
so it
distance
doesn't have a
between 2
dimension.
points.
It has a location.
Okay, that doesn't make any sense in any world, Andy.
In your misunderstanding of the world, sure, it doesn't. I agree.
So we have
you can't even. Hold on. You can't even.
Kosha put it in the chat. Shows exactly what I'm talking about.
No. We're talking to you, Andy. We're talking to you.
Kosha just drew what I've been
Kosha's
describing.
just shown us
Kosha.
intersecting parallel lines. Kosho isn't to be trusted.
They're not parallel lines.
That's what he said.
Kosho
Those are
thinks
not
they
parallel
are.
lines.
Andy, how much curvature, drop, hump are we going to have over 100 meters? If you can calculate that, I sure would appreciate it.
400 meters.
Yeah, 400 meters. Yeah, that'll give you plenty of curvature.
200 meters hump, I guess, in the middle of a 400 meter thing, because that's like small scale, right? That's how we do it. We do it just like
So
this.
Andy, what is it you think that this diagram that Kosho said that you wanted us to bring up tells us?
Nothing.
Okay, look.
It shows
Wait,
you
let
what
him
I'm
answer.
trying
Let
to
him answer.
describe.
Yeah, I know.
It shows
The
what,
only
Andy?
point, that line in the middle. Do you see the line in the middle of the two lines that are sticking out of the circle?
This line?
The sphere. I can't see what you're looking.
This vertical right here? Oh, let me share. I'm sorry. Are you talking about a vertical, or are you talking about one of the supposedly
The
horizontal
vertical.
ones?
Yeah. The vertical line.
Okay, in the middle, this one right here then. Can you see it?
Yeah, that one. Yes, that one.
Okay, what about it?
That is so if that is perfectly in the middle of the other two, the only point where that line crosses the horizontal line crosses the only point at which it is actually level.
Level to what? It's just a point.
Level
A point
as in
can't be level.
perpendicular to the plumb line.
A point cannot be
Perpendicular
level.
plumb.
A point is always level.
Okay, now listen to what he's doing right now. Right now, he just equivocated level as a point.
I'm trying to use your fucking words so you understand.
Okay, Andy, settle down. Andy, settle down.
Brandon,
hold on,
can I say
Gadget.
something?
Hold on, Gadget, please. He just said level is a point, and earlier he said horizontal is a point. Yes, you did.
They're local.
If we
They're
go
only true
back,
at local levels.
okay, and that is a point. You just
Okay.
said,
Yeah.
if we go back 30 seconds, if we
every
hold on.
point on the sphere,
okay,
the level is different.
Can I just say something here? A big shout out to Bev. Thank you very much for this. I want to go back to school. You're a great science teacher. Yeah.
There you go. Hey, you should offer tutoring,
this is
Bev.
Brilliant. This is brilliant.
All right, now Andy,
Get her going.
if you want to backtrack, that's fine with me. But if we go back a couple of minutes, right before I jumped in to make the point that I'm making right now, you said level is a point.
He said the center of the water level was a point as well, and that it would only be level at that point in the center.
You'd only be able to measure as level at that point.
Can a point be level, Andy? Yes or no? Can a point be level?
Here we go now. Look at this.
Okay.
Could I ask Andy a question?
Well, I don't think he answered my question. Hold on. I would like him to answer my question. I don't know if he answered it or not.
It's a nonsensical question.
So it's
in your world.
No.
You're the one
Then your
saying it's a
answer is
point.
nonsensical. That's the only point that's level. If it's a nonsensical question, then your answer is nonsensical.
No. The line is only level at that point.
Which line?
That doesn't make
The
any
line between
sense.
the
you
two.
see my
The line between the two water columns.
I've even drawn a circle.
The line between the two water columns.
And can a point be level?
Andy, the circle's there now. Come on, the circle's there now.
He's talking about the tangent point.
Well, we know what he's talking
Another
about.
mathematical concept with little relation to reality.
Just jump in, Allie. Just jump in, man.
I just want to ask Andy a question about that picture that Brandon. How many vertical lines can you see in that drawing?
There are 3.
3 verticals.
There you go. That's all. Thanks.
Unless we include the red one. I didn't see the red one.
All right, hang on. I was trying to show something here.
And when you say vertical, you mean
Yeah, those aren't vertical.
Specific locations, right?
Vertical.
Absolutely.
All right, Bev, go ahead.
Kosher, you want to take over for me?
I mean, it sounds like you're being pretty clear to me.
Please, Bears.
I know, but they're just being
Hey
pedantic.
guys,
No, we're calling you out on
hey.
your bullshit.
Pat each
All
other
right.
on the
All right,
back,
Brandon.
and you know, make each other feel good off the show. Bev is going to say something now, please. Thank you. Go ahead, Bev.
Okay. Now, at what point in between the two water levels, because we've already decided you can't falsify it, so at some point in between the two water levels, level at each end, at some point, which point is the point that you imagine is the point that is level along this line?
The middle.
Right, the middle of this line.
I can't.
Is the point
I'm not
that's
watching
level.
your stream anymore.
Now, what is the difference between this line that's already here and the line that you imagine as
Are you still
being
streaming? 'Cause I
level?
can't see you.
You got to click his icon.
Discord shitting out on me.
Can I ask you, is that circle in the middle of your screen, is that supposed to be the surface of the Earth or something? Or is that
Just
there?
a circle, right? It's a protractor. Look, it's got all of this. It's a full circle divided up into angles with like radius lines going all the way out and a division of it. That's just a circle, you know, average circle.
It's
I'm
not
just
meant to be
using it
there
as a
reference.
marker to find out which point you want, because I know you like this. You like putting circles as markers, don't you? So which point is the point that that line is level? Please.
Crickets.
I can't see anything. Discord's not working.
That's handy. For you.
Well,
Yeah,
maybe
for me.
Kosho wants to answer then, since he's here.
At on a local
Well,
level.
that's what I'm asking. Are you talking about in reference to your floor or in reference to that circle you have there?
Level, just like whatever you choose to call level.
Yeah,
I'd say this is a line established from one end to the other end of a water level, right? Just a line. With we choose to call it a horizontal plane because that's what a water level establishes, right? But so we just call it a line. It doesn't really matter. It's just a line from one point to another point, right? Now, somewhere in between there, somebody else says that that is the level point. So along this line, where in the center is the point that is level. Now, what do you imagine as the level being at that point? What is it? What's the level look like at that point?
Well, I don't personally imagine water levels as creating horizontal planes.
No, okay then, but that is a straight line, right? In between one point and another. That's what happens when you draw a line.
Are you talking about maybe like a spirit level in the horizontal plane?
Just a line from one point to another is a straight line. Now, you guys say that the point that it is level is in the middle, right? So what does that level line to you look like at that point? What does it look like?
Yeah, a straight line like that, a horizontal
like that.
will be level at the point.
Okay, you're just repeating. Okay, listen, you're not answering his question. You're not answering his question.
Let him finish talking.
No, he's not answering the question. Ask your question again, Bev.
On there is level at the position at the point.
Okay, all you're doing is repeating what he. Okay, listen. Bev just said that and then asked you a question, and then your answer is to restate his predicate to his question.
Well, that's
Kosho. Ask me where it's level at. I'm telling him where it's level at. How's that not an answer?
No, you're not.
Yes, I'm telling you.
Where's the level? So
Where's the level? Where's the level?
Is level just a point to you?
It's level only at that point, yeah.
Well, there's 2 points. And as stated within Euclidean geometry, you can draw a line between 2 points. You don't have to be extra special, but that is shown because the water level that's here, right? You can put it here. And you can put it here. You can put it here. You can put it at any point, and you would be able to mark a line.
I don't agree with that. I don't think that level. I don't think water levels make straight lines. Or
what is that based on?
Well, hold on.
What do you mean water levels don't make this?
I want clarification on this. He said this twice now. Let's get clarification. What do you mean you don't think water levels can create a straight line?
Covey waters.
That's the one from the 1800s is a good example. where he used the canal as a water level, and he set up posts that were the same height to see if they were making a straight line, and he discovered they did not make a straight line.
Who was that?
The Bedford experience, was it?
Oh, you think he saw 6 miles down the Bedford level? I don't think so.
So there's nothing recent. There's nothing recent or relevant that you can point to. You have to refer back to the Bedford.
No, I was telling y'all something you might be familiar with. Any water level, any experience anybody has with the water level is used to set up points that are level to one another, but they don't make a straight line. And I don't think anybody.
What?
That's a religious belief, man. That's all he can say. He can't say horizontal.
Well,
okay, listen. Sorry.
Kosho, 1 second. Kosho, let me interrupt, right? If Bev puts that circle back up there, right, why don't you get him to start rubbing out the line, right, and on both sides, and then keep going, and when he stops at the point that you think it's horizontal, then we'll be able to see inside your mind what you regard as a horizontal point. So Bev could rub out the two ends of that line, and when he's reached the point that you say, right, that's horizontal, stop him, and then we can see. Then you'll be able to share what's inside your brain.
Hard to understand though. If you have a
but
radius
you tell him. Whoa. But coach, if you do it right, because I'm having a hard time understanding what you mean. So if Bev rubs out the line from both sides and it gets shorter and shorter, and then you can point out, excuse the pun, where at that point it looks level, and then we'll be able to see, all right, that's what Kosho means, that's what level is.
Ali, he won't do it.
No, but level is only going to, if you're using a water level, you can establish the same.
No, but if you do that, we can see it.
But
If you do it, we can see it though.
Hold on. If you're using
no, you hold on, because if you do that, then we can see it, and then there'll be no confusion.
All right, here we go. We're doing it right now.
No, but he's not rubbing out the line, so we'll never see what that point is.
I mean, there's no point in making a line. If you're making a horizontal from a point that's level, like using a spirit level.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why we need to get him. That's why we need to get him to show us what the point, a horizontal point is, because we don't know what it is.
It's a single position. Any single position is a point.
No, but but I can't imagine what that is. So it's just a spot or something. It's a spot on top of a ball.
I'm not going to explain this to you that it's a position or a point, but it's
is it
a
round?
position or a point. It's a single.
All right, what shape is it? What shape is it? Is it round?
You've got to play Kozlowski thingy, haven't you? Kozlowski curvature conundrum. Kosho, you know this one, right? You've made your mind up.
I thought I taught you what you had gotten wrong the other time.
Which model are we going for? Are we going for the drop? Kozlowski nutsack drop?
Whichever one you want to do. I mean, I've been pictured showing
you tell us. We've got DP over here at one end of the water level. 2 miles away, we've got somebody else. Who should we put over here? My lad.
I want to be there.
You haven't got one, Dave, yet. We'll have to get your bridge. We'll get a big one of your bridge with a big curve on it. 28-meter hump. Right? So is this what happens with the water level? Is there a drop from DP's position down to my lad Yoda here with his level? Is that
in reference to the horizontal? Yeah.
Yeah. So you're having that water in reference to the horizontal. There is a vertical difference up there of 32 inches. Right?
Yeah, depending on the distance, yeah.
Okay, now, my lad, would he, if he was to make hit a horizontal for him, where would that be?
I'd be about the same height above the other guy on the other side.
Up here. So this horizontal goes like this. And this horizontal goes like this. Upwards.
Yeah, it's always going to be perpendicular to their radial line.
Yeah, I know. We who did we just have earlier? Dawn. Dawn had a up-down walk because this guy's walking down because you did say drop. But this gun, he's got to go up. Because if this one's down, then this has got to be back up. It's the opposite.
And depending on where they're standing, you would make a radial line that would be their vertical.
No.
And then their horizontal would be perpendicular
Drop
to
of the water level from the horizontal. Yet this is a tool that establishes a horizontal, doesn't it?
that. Which tool are you looking at?
The water level. The
No, I
water
don't
level
think
is the
water
tool
levels establish
that
horizontal.
equalizes out, right? The water equalizes.
Yeah, I
So
don't
are
think
you saying that as it equalizes out, it's got a drop of 32 inches from horizontal?
Yeah, I believe so.
Right. Okay. Now,
As in my
in the
picture that I
middle,
posted to you
in the middle, is that like a straight line? Can we draw a straight line from one to the other? Because that would be the slope of the water when it's level, wouldn't it?
I
Can we
posted
do
in there a
that?
picture. I posted in there a picture that has both the water levels and then also the horizontal from one position.
Right. So you're
and you
you're
can see
you're,
that that's
you're
exactly what
perfectly fine with the 32-inch drop over
2 miles.
yeah. How would you suppose we measure that?
You could use some kind of scope and
What
just see
what
that there's
tool?
that
What
it's not
tool would
that
we
it's not
have for establishing a horizontal? Do you imagine?
You can use a theodolite or something, some sort of level
A
device.
theodolite, right? So that's much higher tech than this water level, isn't it?
No, you would use both. You would use both in reference to one another. You'd be testing to see how far below
the drop
of
the horizontal
is.
Right. Okay.
All right.
You know, we did that thing before, and we did like the horizontals are parallel to the plane of the horizon. Yeah, you were here when we worked through that logic, right?
Kosho, you still there?
Yeah, I said no. I was not here for your horizontal plane of the horizon.
Okay, so you weren't here when we worked over the parallel line. Something that's parallel to something can't not be parallel with itself, right? You can't get them to intersect. If like this is line B here, right, and now I'm going to draw a line A, then it's got to be parallel to line B. So I'll draw another line A. Oh, got to be parallel to B, hasn't it? Let's see if I can draw another one. Oh shit! How do I make those lines intersect with themselves? Can you think of any way that we can do that?
I'm sorry, say again. I was doing something. You said that make those two lines that are parallel, how to make them intersect with themselves?
Yep.
I don't think they would.
No, but you have it here, don't you? You have this guy's horizontal and DP's horizontal intersecting in the middle.
Yeah, they're not parallel.
What, horizontals aren't parallel?
No, not along the surface of a sphere. No, they're going to be different angles, so they're not going to be parallel.
Okay.
Can you measure that? Can you?
So how aren't they parallel with the plane of the horizon?
What define the plane of the horizon for me?
This line B. That would be like the line that is the plane of the horizon. Everyone sees it. We all see it. It's all there. It's right in front of us. And horizontals are parallel to it.
Water always finds its own level.
Hey, Bev, I just had something come to mind, if you wouldn't mind, just real quick on that above the 2 miles line is the red line. Yeah, just
that is the horizontal, right?
Right. Just draw anywhere you want on that 5 verticals.
Come on, Bev, get her going. Get her going.
I haven't got a vertical drawing, I think.
No, just I guess if you want to use that.
Great teacher, Bev. Get her going.
No. I just meant a real quick line on the line. I just meant a real quick vertical on the line itself.
Like that.
Yeah, just
One,
yep.
2,
Yeah.
3. Right.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Now
they're meant to be verticals, right?
sure.
So
Yeah. I'm not going to quibble. Yeah, I'm not going to quibble about that. Okay, so now this is exactly the same thing. If those were all plumb bobs, those would all be 90-degree verticals, straight up and down. Now in our world, if we did that for 10 miles, we would never assume that there was a radius at all to incorporate into understanding what we're looking at. Okay? So this is the same thing for them with the water level even, because the water level has to assume, and Kosho said it, a radial. Every point from the top water level monkey to the Yoda water level is on a radial. It assumes that there is a radius. Okay? But whenever you have a circle, there's only one 90-degree angle. The one that's right at the top. If you drew a circle and you asked students where you should put the 90-degree angle, it would be at the top. Every other degree after that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way around, right? It would never be. There's only one point on the sphere, and that's right at the top, which is why in their world, every point is at the top. Every point is the top of the circle, because they have to create a la land.
Yeah,
But
point land.
But as you can see right there on your whiteboard, all of those verticals are parallel lines. They are never going to have an axis at which they will cross.
So I actually have a picture of what actual 5 verticals would look like on a sphere. I'm not sure what Bev's drawing.
No, we're not on a sphere, Kosho. We're not on a sphere.
He's drawing a curved surface.
Andy,
shut the fuck up, Kosho.
He's drawing a curved surface.
Shut the fuck up, Kosho.
Andy, you just said that you need distance to calculate that. I pick up my fucking glass of beer here. I see fucking water react in my glass. Okay? It always acts level. Now, I'm not the fucking sharpest knife in the fucking drawer, but I'm fucking not thick like you.
Can I give you the geometry behind it again? Once again, right? We've already established that the horizontals have to be logically parallel with themselves. So anytime I move that laser into another horizontal, it will always be parallel with the one that's there, right? Now, geometrically, you go along with that perpendicular to the horizontal is a relationship. Perpendicular is just another line at 90 degrees to the straight line. So in order for vertical and horizontal to be perpendicular, by definition, they need to be a straight line, not a point. So you may as well just get rid of that point and that stupid argument that comes across from points, because this is a line and it needs to be a line to be perpendicular to the other line. Which line is perpendicular? Doesn't matter. They're both perpendicular to each other. Very definite relationship. Now, if all of these are parallel with the horizon, right, then they're all parallel together. And by definition, perpendicular to a horizontal is a vertical. Now, that vertical is perpendicular to the horizontal, whether it's there, because the horizontal is a line, and perpendicular to that line is a vertical. Now,
welcome to reality.
You can imagine that line curves as much as you want. You can imagine there's a pressure hump in the middle of the water, in between the two ends of the water, but that's all you'd end up with is hump Earth.
Jesus, Bev. I'd love to have a pint with you. I'd love to have a pint of Guinness with you, Bev.
And just to put a topper on that, Twad Wazzle, $5 super chat. Horizontal adjective. 1, flat and level with the ground or with a line considered as a base.
I'd like to add that that's a symptom of spheritis.
All about the base.
Bumps like that on you. Be careful with it.
Spheritis. That's bad. I've heard that's going around.
Can I add something here, Brandon?
There's a cure though, called horizontal as level.
Go ahead, Essie.
We just saw a demonstration of reality. Shout out Bev, right?
Hell yeah. And didn't it feel good? It feels good to hear reality.
Oh, yeah, I loved it.
And not have to twist your brain in pretzels.
Very simple ABC stuff. But
Makes you want to go back to school, doesn't it?
Refraction.
Yeah. Now, the reason why I want to say this is it's funny. It has that 360 circle down there, right? And as you were talking about the plumb bobs, yeah, thanks, bro. As we were talking about the plumb bobs, in their fantasy La La Land story, right? As the circle is around the edge, right? See those? There's lines there in the middle. In their fantasy La La Land story, yeah. You can hang plumb bobs from the top of the circle all the way around. They're not gonna go down, but they're gonna go in the center of the earth.
Exactly.
Fantasy La La Land story. Yeah. You tell me now, how could that plumb bob point to the center? Show me that.
They believe it does. They want to tell you their belief. They can't demonstrate it.
They can't demonstrate it. Hold on. What they'll demonstrate is right there at the top where you have those vertical lines. That's all they can demonstrate. That's what I said. If you have 1 point at mile A and then you move mile B, C, D, E, F, G, you're going to have verticals the whole way. You tell me at what point how you
how does it do that? Yeah, exactly, Bev.
Yeah.
Right like that.
Yeah.
Just this
It's
one.
Captain Gravity. All the flow
That's exactly it. That's exactly right.
The other two got to point this way.
Yeah.
Hey, come here. Listen, guys, it's all bullshit. Like in Ireland, the ocean is traveling 800 miles an hour, and then at the equator is traveling at 1,000 miles an hour.
I'll have what
You
he's
can't
drinking.
measure that. Come here, for fuck's sake. It's all
Let's not get
bullshit.
started on the Coriolis now. Come on.
Oh, no, just like the spin of the earth. Like we have a reaction in Denmark or Norway. It's 200 miles an hour, 300 miles an hour, 400 miles an hour as you get south, and then to the equator, the waters are traveling at 1,000 miles an hour.
Gadget, have you ever seen water at rest?
I'm fucking water never rests. Jesus Christ! When I pick up my Conti Guinness here,
you never seen a body of water?
I killed her and she comes into me out.
But isn't it funny? All it takes is a string and a rock.
But geez, as you know, I'm a pressurized system, by the way. I'm a pressurized system. When I drink me out Guinness, when I fart in the morning, Jesus comes, I'm telling you.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a good
Guinness
one. I don't know what he
farts,
said, but
yeah.
I'm sure it was good. Hey, I posted the cure for spheritis in the chat in the general.
God lives on. Bev, you're a fucking star.
Check it out.
Thank you, Brandon. I gotta sign off here, but I did post the cure for spheritis in the chat.
All right, thanks.
From Dr. Bev.
Arcade Live, shout out.
We got Super Flurf, $5. Bev is the geometry professor. Brilliant yet again. Kudos to you there,
Paige.
Bev from Super Flurf.
That's Paige, I believe.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm looking for.
Oh, sorry.
Rakia, where did you put it? I don't see it.
Oh, that's Rakia. Super Flurf is Rakia, huh?
What?
I don't know.
Jesus Brandon, I'd love to give a few bucks there to the channel, but times are hard now.
No.
Oh, don't worry about that.
Level is not curved, and Super Flirt is not Rakia. Rakia is
Flurf is Paige. Yeah.
No, where did you?
I don't see where you posted it, Rakia.
In general.
Oh, dude, that could be a 10 yards up there.
Oh yeah. How long ago did you do it?
There we go. What is that?
Oh, there it
Oh,
is.
I
There
see
it
it.
is.
Oh, got it, got it.
726.
Okay.
726.
Got it. Thank you.
Is Andy gone? Is Andy gone?
Oh yeah.
I'm here. I'm
sure
just
he
fucking
is.
working on
Yeah,
mine.
he got fucking. It was the tail between the legs.
It says, do you feel like you're on a spinning ball hurtling through an infinite, ever expanding vacuum? Take
Nope,
one of
'cause you
these
can't
3
feel-
times a
can't
day.
feel linear velocity.
Now, mate, seriously, Brandon.
There's some mini
Brandon,
levels. That's pretty
Brandon,
funny.
What the fuck? No, when you open your eyes, when your eyes are open, geez, they're open, aren't they?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. If you've ever seen a body of water at rest, then it is not in motion.
Super Flurf is Paige. That's confirmed. No, we now know her secret identity.
Of course, you guys don't believe me when I tell you that, but that's okay. Yeah.
Say it one more time. I got distracted by Paige. It's your fault,
Oh, I was
Paige.
just saying it. Yeah. That's Paige.
Can I talk about something now at the moment?
What do you think? Nobody's seen a body of water at rest.
Have you seen a body of water at rest? A pond?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Well, there you go. You're not in motion.
Can I just
Very
talk
good.
about
Yeah,
something?
and you know what the term for that is? What we call that in
Yeah,
No water?
how's it
layman's
going?
terms? No, it's called glass. It's called glass, right? So I don't know if you're a water skier, but that is the best water to go water skiing on. Is what we
It's
call
glass.
glass.
Yeah.
That's right. Exactly.
You know, because the downward vector of gravity has no lateral stability, right? Take a big bucket of water, a pot of water in your kitchen, and try to move it as slow as you can, and see if you can keep it from moving. It's impossible. See, now the concept was flawed, right? It only has that downward vector. They'll tell you it's a downward vector. It provides no lateral stability for a still body of water to be in motion. It's impossible.
It's got zero pressure state, right? Because it
Yeah.
acts perpendicularly to the surface, doesn't it? Perpendicular is a great word. I love it.
Bev, are people thick? I'm fucking not the sharpest knife in the fucking drawer, but I fucking know what you showed me tonight. It makes fucking sense. But are the other people thick?
I think they've gone beyond the basics, right? They've forgotten the very simple basics. And once you do that, you're in dangerous territory. You allow the TV to take you to space and fantasy land.
Yep, the TV.
What is this here, Nathan? What if you answer? Brings me to what I want to talk about. Are we the chosen few? Like, are we the people that have to talk about that? I'm not going into religion now. Is there evil or good? But we have to, like, there's something
Evil and
happening.
good are subjective.
You know what I'm getting on
This is
here now?
brainwashed or not?
Cleary is evil. I am good.
They open the eyes, open the eyes. Because I have loads of friends that they tell me I'm a fucking idiot, whatever, like talking about shit. Just open your eyes, do your own research, and you learn to get the truth. But it's not for everybody, It's not for everybody. People are so stupid in the world, thick.
Well, we're
Hey,
bombarded with
guys.
propaganda and misinformation from a very young age, and people don't even know who to trust anymore. They don't know who to listen to, and they don't have the critical thinking faculties. A lot of them to think things through for themselves, question.
Critical thinking. That's the word I was looking for.
Guys, we've got Coriolis on the screen on Bev's camera right now.
Hey, Bev, do we want to go one step further?
Look at those 3 Foucault pendulums right there.
Exactly, yeah.
Hey guys, I do have a video that I wanted to get your guys' input on. I don't know if you guys have seen this. I just posted a link in the general chat. There's quite a few people talking about this. If anybody knows what's going on here, I'm going to play it for the audience. It's from Under Pressure, Under No Pressure, which is chemo. And it's got Nathan Thompson talking to supposedly some Harvard students.
Yeah, I saw this. They say it's a hoax before we continue.
Yeah. So let's watch it and see what's going on here, and then we can talk about what we've heard about it. All right, I'm going to start playing it. You guys won't be able to hear it in the chat. If you don't care about hearing it, I'll share and you can see it, but you'll have to watch it on your own on YouTube. And I'm going to play right now.
They've already copyrighted strike flat earthers for replaying it, so be
They
careful.
have? They have?
Yes.
Who?
I'm not sure. Check out it 24/7. They're more up to date.
We got a note here. So what's going on here, guys? You guys know the full story? We've got it's just a prank here.
Nathan was in
morning.
Gems. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good.
Yeah, it's a setup, man. It's probably a setup.
Shut up
Nathan
now.
was in Gems earlier, right? These guys called him. They wanted to do him to come look at this thing, magnet or something. They said they sent a magnet signal to Europe or something, and it came back laterally. I don't know what the premise was, but they had duck suits or chicken suits or something on. You know, Nathan asked them, why you guys wearing duck suits? And they said, you know, because of COVID, hazmat suits were hard to find. I don't know how that even relates, but you know, they said they got in the Guinness Book of World Records for having the biggest magnet, and they debunked the globe with this somehow. But those same guys also have a YouTube channel where all they do is prank people. So they also misspelled official in one of the
Guinness,
documents.
Right, Jeremy?
What's up?
They misspelled Guinness as well, didn't they?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, they misspelled official.
Fucking right they did.
So it's these guys right here. I'm showing it on the screen, I guess. Reckless Ban. So obviously this is a prank thing. New videos. The guy's holding a plunger. Yeah. Okay. So when I saw the duck suit, I watched it earlier when Chemo sent it out, and I saw the guy in the duck suit. I'm like, what the hell is this? This seems like it's pretty shady. But you guys obviously know the story, so no need to watch that then. Did Nathan fall for it, or what? What's going on there?
Oh, you, Nathan.
It would seem so. Hook, line, and sinker. And, you know, it's not really his fault. It's the deceiver's fault. We all get suckered. But, you know, it's second time since Paul Logan and his nonsense, you know.
But Nathan got suckered into that.
Jimbo's hammer tonight, he is. He's hammer tonight, Jimbo. Hi, Jimbo. How's it going? All right.
Okay.
Hey, Brandon, can you post that in the link there in YouTube so I can send you a few bob there? Not fucking super chat. The other thing.
Oh, the thing. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, put it in there. I'll get in there and send you a few bob.
All right, I will put it in the YouTube. Anyway, so that answers that. I do have some Pontchartrain footage that I saw. That we can watch. Speaking of horizontal, yes, this one I'm trying to remember who this came from, but we'll find out in a minute here. I should be still
Has
sharing
the
my screen.
Pontchartrain bridge been renamed? The Rakia Bridge?
We did
That's
a capture the
awesome.
flag, but we did a capture the bridge. We're taking it.
Yeah, because it's horizontal and vertical, and there's so
That
many
other guy,
perpendiculars.
what's his name?
Yeah.
Southley. Like he hasn't done much for ages, has he? I mean, he took a few pictures a bit ago, and that he's not done anything recently. So, yeah, we've took it back.
He was coming into Gems for a minute there, but he stopped.
Yeah, and Jesse Kozlowski has the hump model where it has a 28.5 meter hump in the middle. I mean, that's obviously not true either, because Cleary's falsified that with the hydrostatic stuff. Because it can't, like water can't hump. It can't make 28 meters.
Hey, Bev, did you want to talk about that plane parallel?
Well, hold on. I want to show you guys this video, this Pontchartrain stuff. I'm sure I should be sharing it on my screen. Do you guys see it? Let me minimize this. Hold on. No, I'm not sharing it right this second. There we go. You should see some power lines. No?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
see it?
See birds.
Yeah, now we see it.
Okay, this is from Curved Water. Mike on the Bayou, or he calls it Curved Water. Does anybody know Mike on the Bayou?
He's a troll. Yeah. Heavy troll. He's one of the worst, Mike. Shout
Look at the
out,
land.
Mike.
And
Look at the land.
Watch out, you can get struck. I don't want to watch that.
Well, he's got a
Maybe
Creative
if you
Commons
don't-
attribution license here.
Has he?
Yeah. So it should be all right, right?
Okay. Be careful.
Yeah, that's what he says.
Yeah.
Okay. You say he's a troll, though, huh?
We can comment on those bird
Yeah.
nests.
Yeah, he's been on me ever since I said anything about the that bridge.
Well, let's see what he's got here. So we'll just look at the stills. I'll just click forward through it.
Look at the land across there, all the way across there. You can see every building. You can nothing's hidden.
Yeah.
There's trees. There's no curve. There's
Right.
This
Yeah.
is just
This looks
just
like more of the same footage that we've seen before, right?
Yeah, it's just like Phuket Words Bridge, where it does that odd light thing where it kind of moves to the left.
Are these in a perfectly straight line, these power lines, or is there a bend? I thought when I looked at it once, there was a bend, but I don't remember. Anybody know? No?
I don't know. I think they're normally like.
You mean from left to right?
Yeah, I mean, do they go in a straight line?
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
Unless they were drunk when they put them in.
They'd have to be, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Everyone would see that sort of stuff. You'd have to make sure that they were
Yeah.
all in a
I think
dead
Brandon's
straight line.
right. I remember seeing one that has like a curve, like a hockey stick curve at the end.
And not only would they be in a dead straight line, they would all be horizontal. They would all be at the same level because the water is level. Right, so there's no curve.
And the pylon,
Right.
the pylon base for those towers, which the towers are pre-manufactured already and shipped, to that location, right, with all the same specs, and it's the pylon base they stand on, which determines where those towers.
And if it doesn't fit together, you got a problem. Yep.
Yeah, so this is all this was. I
which
just wanted
would
to
be
look at it and
weird
see
if
what
they
you guys
start-
thought.
Optics, you got the perspective, compression, drop, man.
Yep.
It's just a function of your vision.
Yeah.
They claim this is curve, right?
They say this is
You
curve,
go out
I'm
there at
sure,
night-
yeah.
Go out there
Oh,
at
I
night and
love
take
it.
that
I
same
love it when
shot.
they say that.
Yeah, you go out there at night, take the same shot, you won't see any refraction at all.
Is Rakir here? No. If he isn't, then I'll tell you. That is a flood plain like a lake, and it is really shallow. And over there, you get really hot air, and
Humidity.
it gets churned up a lot. So
Temperature.
that is
Temperature.
high humidity and high sort of there is a low density layer on
High
that
refractive
water.
index,
And that's why that happens, because that is probably, like he'll tell you, that's one of the worst places you would ever go if you wanted to look over water and
If you wanted
see
to,
across
yeah.
it.
If you wanted to show fake curvature, that's where you go, Louisiana.
What's
Because they have
that
200%
white thing in the background, Brandon? Can you zoom in? That white thing in the background.
building.
It's going to be blurry.
I think it was Indio. I think it was Indio from 24/7 told me that the Soundley's Bridge gets temperature inversions on a daily basis there.
Yeah.
You talking about Rocky Life Causeway?
Hey, you know what's cool is the tops of the towers probably get stretched a bit after that zone, and the bottoms, like I think Bev was just saying, get that lower density, obvious or apparent curve.
Evaporation.
Find and get that tweet. I asked Mick West about this, right? Mick West sent me a tweet saying that particular shot, the one with that over the causeway with the pylons, is an effect called perspective compression.
It's a function of distance.
And and that perspective compression, what perspective compression is, it magnifies a slight curve within the technique of doing the photography thing.
Oh.
So
okay.
I asked him at that point, would that account for if there was any refraction? And they said there's no refraction in that picture.
Oh my God.
But that was before I'd ever talked to Rakir, right? And now Rakir says that is one of the worst places for taking a picture for the thing.
Oh, for
so
sure.
that means that whatever refraction there was That is what is magnified and causing that curve. That's why the curve seems to get greater at the end, because there's just more compression of the atmosphere and everything, all down at dirty word.
It's magnifying
the atmo.
that
It's just compressed. Yeah, and it just gets more and more.
Well, it's like that thing they show you with the tape. They'll have a table set up, and the horizon will be behind it, and then they'll have two levels going out from the table. But then they'll compress the picture to show like the water curving. But there's also all kinds of other straight lines curving too with it.
Dude, that's
like
a really
this
good
weird
point. Yeah, sorry.
You know what I'm saying? They're like, look, the water's curving, but in the meantime, the levels are curved. Everything in the picture that should be straight is curving almost.
That's a really good point Bev made about that exponential magnification with distance, because you get more and more and more water vapor. So that water tower across Lake Pontchartrain looks really big because it's got so much magnification.
These guys will deny. Sorry. They deny magnification to the depth of them. They'll never.
Who cares? Who cares what they do?
Because we don't observe it.
Well, you can look at this. I mean, you can just tell that this is heavily impacted by atmospherics and refraction. Just look at, I mean, it looks very, what's the right word? Turbid?
You're not
very
sharing
high
right
turbidity.
now you're not sharing on
All right.
Discord anymore.
That's the
I was going to
from
ask
Nick
you.
West.
I was a little bit distracted. Can you go back to the beginning of this video?
Like all of us, like oh, this is a
No.
live stream. How would we do that?
No. He's just backing up. Okay, so when you push play right now, he's going to move from left to right. He's going to move from the left of these to the other side. Is that correct?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so just push pause. Okay, so technically, then what we would have to do, because I think we've seen this on the causeway, is that the left side and the right side give different effects. So we would have to, in a sense, let's say for instance that this these, whatever the crack these are, the very one on the bottom right, let's say that's the first one. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So at what point would we say the curve starts? Let's just say 30, right? Then when you move to the right side of these, then that curve should be at the same point. And it looked different to me once he got to the other side. It just had a different look.
Real quick before you move, Brandon, look at the water level on the right side of this photo and the water level on the left side. Okay. Now let's go what Travis is doing. Doesn't it look higher on the
It did actually look higher on the right side, yeah.
There we go. Now look at that dip on the right side. Right? Can you see that dip right where the towers try to cross over the refraction zone?
Anyway, my point was just to see if, I don't know. To me, it's got a different effect. It looks like it extends farther into the distance. It looks to me like the curve is farther into the distance on this one.
Do you see a depression, Travis? Right where the alleged Sound Lake curve starts? Do you see a depression in the water there?
You talking about like right here, Aaron?
Over towards the towers, actually. Yeah, like right where the towers go. There's like a little whoop.
I don't know.
You ought to see
it's hard to
Wide
tell.
Awake stuff. Wide Awake's power plant shot at night, 26 miles away. No refraction at night. None at all. Even in Florida.
Oh, that's excellent observations. Those PowerPoint observations. That's great stuff.
There are shots of folks. I think it's Dr. Zach, and somebody can correct me, who has taken this exact same shot with perfect perspective and no trickery. Just
Okay, so stop right there. Stop right there. Even just stop. Don't move anything right now, Brandon. Okay, so right now, the way you've got this overlay, the fade out on the left is higher than the line on the right. So if you were to go to, you can see the you can see the towers extending higher into the distance before the curve. So, I guess the question would be, is the topography where he is, does he get elevated or whatever? But, but you can see it at least right here. You see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do. I absolutely do. This is,
it's higher.
Yeah. Maybe it is the topography that he's standing on. I don't know. Or the angle he's got his camera.
Well, but nonetheless, when you get to the other side, there's a difference in terms of where the curvature is.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, it does look like this one goes further, the left one.
Yeah.
Can you move those apart, Brandon? Apart a little bit so we get the curves at the same point.
I just froze the video at the spot.
Oh.
Yeah, I could
I think you'd have to go in and get two different stills and crop them together.
Yeah. No big deal, but Travis, you've seen the perfect perspective shots of Lake Pond Strip, these towers, the bridge, and I can't remember who it was. But, I'm thinking Dr. Zach, or somebody. We can line that up.
Now it was Mr. Buffinger.
Oh, Buffinger.
Huh. Yeah, big shout out to you, Gadget Inspector, 20 euro super chat. Thanks, man. Says the link won't let you give money. I'll just do it here. Thank you, Bev, for a real science class. You kicked it.
What if you took a water level and
thanks, Gadget.
water level?
No, Brandon, actually, that link you gave me, I was trying to, you get more, the channel gets more money out of the thing, but it wouldn't let me give me money. Maybe because I'm in Europe or what?
I have no idea.
What if you put a water level from pylon to pylon here? You crisscross them.
Exactly, and I'll bet they're about 300 foot apart, 200 minimum. Just long distance.
Why don't you swim around out there, Aaron, and do that?
That's a good idea, Aaron.
Well,
I'll pitch in $20 to help Aaron get down there.
We already have the pylons themselves. What the towers are sitting on. So.
Aaron.
That's how they leveled the pylon. Come on.
No technicalities, man. Come on.
Aaron, can you hear me? Aaron,
hey,
Gadget.
There? Hey, Gadget. What's up, brother?
Can I say something to you?
No.
Go on. I'll say something to you.
Okay, go ahead.
Don't forget the shovel if you want to go to work.
I did want to, we're going to go into final thoughts, but I wanted to bring up the On the Level website, give you guys a chance to tell us about anything new out here, or just walk through it again for the audience. Maybe they weren't here last time. If you want to plug your stuff, Bev and Primate and team.
Sweet. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's just the website. We're still building it. Obviously, we're getting more stuff on it. We've got all of the, call it proofs, but they say semantics. It's words. Everybody uses words to describe things. That's what everybody does. The only way anybody can describe things is with words. So we just try and give the words that we use meaning and try and speak honestly about what we see in reality. We're not making stuff up. We just talk to people and just get on, right? It's all about discovering stuff, and this stuff that we're into at the minute with the water pressure, right? Because it's took us to different places. Since Cleary mentioned the hydrostatics, we sort of know now the geometry's sorted. The logically it's sorted that the water level is horizontal. That's it. So we are now on to establishing as much science out of it as we can. So we're just trying to develop the water level test that we were doing and develop it into like a more specialized sort of thing, especially with the pressure of the water. So yeah, I mean, again, we're building the site. DP's do his t-shirts. If you want a t-shirt design making or whatever, come round.
Yeah.
Hey Bev, have you got a YouTube channel or what?
Yeah, try thinking. But
Should
I
be
mean,
in
it
shop,
may be under threat. You never know. Yeah, try thinking, and then there is a the on the level, which is the one that we tend to go live on when we go
Maybe
live.
Brandon can plug them up in the channel there, can you?
Yeah, I
Up
put
there
that
in
out
chat
there.
so I
I put that out there earlier, but I can drop that again. Yep.
Cheers.
And I
Yeah,
will give
we
you guys the
normally
link
just
to
talk
this.
to people, but we're gonna be moving more into the testing stuff and going out, because we do a lot of by the side, canal side actual getting out there, trying to what the idea is that we want to be able to show people what actually happens in reality rather than just talking about it. So we try and get as close as we can to showing people what we do, but the only true way of you actually doing any of this stuff, right? So we're not trying to push anything on anyone or whatever, hoping to try and spark people's imaginations or whatever, and that's the way
Exactly.
stuff develops. It's absolutely amazing the stuff that happens over there on the level. On the group of people are brilliant.
Yeah, good conversations over there. Not a lot of bullshit either. The times that I've been there.
Yeah, well, the let's say the bullshitters get run out or they get caught, and they don't like making a fool out of themselves, so they don't want to open their mouths. It's amazing, really. But I mean,
Yeah,
it clears everybody out, and it gets us down to a proper conversation where stuff gets done.
critical thinking.
Mm.
Critical thinking.
Cool.
Yeah, you can hear it in people's voices every day. This spark of whoa, that's that. That, and people get inspired by it, me included. It's like a group effort of people just putting their ideas in about something, and we get interested in it. Like, we are very specialized about the level and the water level, but I mean, it's very basic. And that's what's the fun about it. It's that basic that it's really easy for anyone to understand. There's no overcomplication about anything.
Bev, can I
Almost
ask
too
you a
simple.
question? Since when are you a flat earther?
Pardon?
Since when are you a flat earther? Since
I'm not a flat earther.
You're not.
No,
You're not a flat earther.
Flat to me, I'm like a very literalist, right? Like, when you go back into my story, there's a reason behind it, but I would say I'm a literalist. So flat to me is a two-dimensional, right? Now, I've done surveying, and there is definitely a vertical change from the horizontal plane. That we call that elevation. Now, the very fact that there are mountains and valleys stops it from being flat. So I consider the term flat earther it's a misnomer, right? Because the earth, which is the land, is got lumps and bumps all over it, right? It's a distraction, because the truth of the matter is the water level is horizontal.
No, it isn't.
Right?
Exactly.
Have you tried reading a book? Have you ever considered reading a book on surveying, Bev? To give that a go.
There he is.
Rumpus.
Have you considered reading a book on surveying? Because
Good
you'll
evening,
find
Rumpus.
in the first chapter that it tells you what level is,
We're
and
just
that's not
basically just doing horizontal.
So, Rumpus, you showed up about 2 hours late, but we're just going into final thoughts, so I apologize for that. Stick around for the after show. You can get it going then.
Geodesic surveying or plane surveying? Which one? Geodesic? Or
Well, so let's go into final thoughts. We'll start at the bottom. Domesticated primate. Go ahead.
Nice one, Bev. It's really really is a pleasure to listen to you go through that every time. Every time. I mean, it is so going back to basics. It just cuts through all the bullshit. Great show. Nice one, Brandon. Thanks for having us over again.
Yeah, thanks. Welcome
And,
anytime.
Yeah, I hope to come back soon, mate.
Cool.
Really do. Enjoy it. Enjoy coming over here. It's good.
Good. Right the hand.
Yeah, Bev's gonna kill Rumpus with the actual horizontal in the real world with the water level, and not with a book. Stay tuned for that.
Hell yeah. Rob Keane.
Yeah, this is going to be funny. That's why I had to join. Bev and Rumpus are going to go at it. This is going to be good.
All right. Aaron.
Apparently Starman, the Tesla car guy, he did a drive-by on Mars. I don't know if you guys all saw that. And there was a pretty funny comment that, what the fuck does a mannequin need a full-blown spacesuit for, right? I thought that was funny. Cheers, Brandon.
Thanks, Aaron. Mr. Buffingers.
Mr. Bufffinger.
Kosho. Kenny Soft Paws.
Just like to say, I've been over at Bev's server for a while. I've been learning tons of stuff. Got my own water level. Been doing some more hose pipe. Messing around with it some more. Just shout out to Bev.
Cool. Jimbo.
Hey, I'm happy to see vinyl tubing transparent with open ends.
All right. Thanks, Jimbo. Jeremy.
Yeah, I advise all the flat earthers to spend some time with Bev and them guys over there. That's all.
I keep getting kicked out of Discord.
Yeah, it seems like there's some problems going on. Gadget Inspector.
I'd kick you out too.
Yeah, I'd just like to say thank you very much to Bev tonight for that lovely drawing out you did there tonight. And I think you drew Andy a new one there tonight because he was on live. And I'd just like to say, Brandon, you want to get that sorted because I was trying to give you money through that new link, but it didn't let me.
Yeah, I'll figure that out, Gadget.
Takes it.
Yeah. That'll be top of my list, Gadget. Thanks, man. Appreciate the super chat. Anything else? No. Flat Earth Data. What the heck is going on? Looks like we're having some Discord issues that have now caught up to me. Let me see here what is going on. Can you guys hear
Cheers,
me?
guys.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell
I hear
happened. Is somebody kicking people out or what? What is going on?
I don't know, man. I was bouncing and bouncing, and then it
Weird
quit.
that
I had to
click
rejoin.
sound all the time, and it's annoying too. So I don't know what's going on there.
Kill the video
okay.
feeds. It might help.
Data.
Did you hear what I said?
Final thoughts?
No.
Oh no, Gadget.
Yeah,
Go
we
ahead.
heard
Finish
you, Gadget.
Finish your stuff, Gadget.
I heard him.
Okay, Data. Go ahead.
I like how the fifth postulate or the parallel postulate argument is proof in a way that they're so desperate to escape the reality we're in to create a new reality. Riemannian manifold geometry or hyperbolic geometry is just a way of looking outside the world that you can't see, according to the Globers. Bringing it into reality is disingenuous, as that Andy guest that came on tonight, talking about the middle point between 2 points being level or horizontal. It's just complete nonsense. 1830s, man. They had no explanation until the 1830s for this apparent parallel lines converging. So it's all just theoretical nonsense. And thanks, Bev, for doing your videos. Right on. And good show.
All right. Thanks, Data. Travis.
Great show, Brandon. Just a follow-up point to what we were looking at before when I was asking Kosho about or Bev was asking Kosho about the water level differences, and I brought up the point of drawing those vertical lines. Again, Kosho said that on a surface that has a radius, and so the question is, what radius? Where did you get this radius? How did you first understand and know? Because otherwise, the only way that those vertical lines that you draw with a plumb bob that are 90 degrees for 10 miles, 20 miles, 1,000 miles, they are all vertical. That means that if you drew a line straight down, they would never converge, ever. Except if you assume the radial. So it's a very simple criticism. Anyway, thanks a lot.
Thanks, Refs. Cleary.
Yeah, the globe heads cannot say horizontal. It's actually pretty funny, but we've got them with this science. The hydrostatic equilibrium. At what distance between 2 points can you falsify the law of hydrostatic equilibrium? They can't do it. We're going to be able to go on a smaller scale demonstration and nail this thing down pretty soon. So, where will we be at that point? I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. But we're going to have a hard, cold fact right there, scientific fact. And anyway, thanks for letting us come on, Brandon. It's always really cool here. And Ranty, if you're out there somewhere, appreciate it, man.
Oh yeah, thank you, Cleary. Canadian Surveyor. Brian Mabbott. Oh, he's deafened. Bev.
Yeah, cheers, man. Like I say, I think tonight we've finished off the geometry. Right? You'd have to either deny, like Travis has just said, that the only way out of this around the natural fact of the water level being horizontal is for them to bend horizontal. That is it, and then you're struggling for how you manage to have them parallel to the horizon. So I don't know. It's not really going to change anything. I mean, reality is reality, and the fact that the water level is horizontal is, an established fact. Everybody already knows it. There's only a few triggered people that really fight against it. Strange, but I don't know. Just reality is reality.
Are we chosen?
Yeah, good point, Bev. And thank you for coming over.
No problem. Anytime.
Bandsaw.
Hey, Brandon.
Hey.
Good show. The last 5 minutes I heard of it. First thoughts. Actually, reality is fantastic with an imagination. See you later, mate.
All right, thanks, Bandsaw. Allie B.
Yeah, how you doing, Brandon? Yeah, thanks for the show. Same again to Bev. That was a good presentation. And yeah, it just with Kosho and that other guy just exposes that that they're so disingenuous. They don't even agree. You can see that obviously they don't believe what they're saying. They're just basically, I don't know whether. That's it anyway. Thanks anyway, and yeah. Good show, guys.
Thanks, Allie. My final thoughts. Thanks to the panel. Thanks, guys, for coming over. Great presentation, Bev. And now I will unleash the rumpus on you. Rumpus, final thoughts.
Well, it's just amazing for someone who claims to have some understanding of surveying. He doesn't understand it or has not read even one chapter of a surveying book, which will explain to you the difference between level and horizontal. And the fact that he also doesn't understand that. I mean, even if he doesn't accept the globe model, he doesn't even understand on the globe model that horizontal, say 90 degrees to 90 degrees around the planet, in other words, 4,000 miles away or something, that horizontal will be at 90 degrees to the local horizontal. He doesn't.
Oh, guys, if you want to catch the rest of that, you're going to have to catch the after show. I have started recording, and we'll see if that goes anywhere. If you're into that sort of thing, you can find it on my channel, Brandon Toy. go on over there and check it out. And thank you everyone for sticking in there through the internet crap again. I tried to call while it went down and just got the runaround. So I don't know what the hell's going on, but I got to figure it out. So at the latest, we'll be back Monday. We'll see what kind of a weekend it goes. You might see a invitation pop up. But thanks again. Great show. Appreciate it, guys.